anglers arched across the chest, and the blue caps with the A's logo on the blue hats. Wareham trying to get that second win against Chatham this season. Its lineup that ranks dead last in the Cape League in runs per game and batting average, and this is how Ryan Smythe sends them out tonight at Veterans Field. Top 4 hitters, all right-handers, going up against the lefty Oliver Pudvar. It's R.J. Hamilton, Levi Clark, Cohen Nicolai, the top 3. Middle of the order, it's Dylan Dubovic, Connor Cuff, and Carter Groen. That's righty, lefty, righty, rounding out the 9. Foster Apple, Cooper Tarantino makes his second start of the summer, and Henry DeGiorgio bats 9th, the shortstop from the left side. Wareham in the red tops, gray pants. The blue Wareham across the chest, numbers on the front and back, on the lower left side of the jerseys and on the back. White numbers outlined in blue. And R.J. Hamilton takes his final practice cut outside the right-handed batter's box as we are set to go from Veterans Field. Last time that Chatham and Wareham will meet this summer. Gatemen going for the sweep, for the split. As Pudvar winds and fires. First pitch fastball called a strike, and we are underway. A start time of 7:03, just a few minutes behind schedule. Count 0-1 on Hamilton. Pitch grounded left side and foul. And Pudvar gets ahead early, 0-2. Hamilton did have 2 at-bats against Oliver Pudvar in that first matchup. That was back on June 15th. He was 1 for 2. Had a single and a strikeout. Pudvar's got him down 0-2 right now. Pudvar set on the mound. Hamilton digs in from the right side. Left on right. Called strike 3. Cutter on the outside corner rings up Hamilton, and Oliver Pudvar's day gets out to a hot start. Can't ask for much more, Dan.
Certainly can't. Got Hamilton looking. That's something that rarely happens to RJ, especially on 3 pitches.
23rd strikeout of the summer for Oliver Pudvar, compared to just 6 walks, as we'll set the Chatham defense as Levi Clark steps in to the box. Eddie Marshall catches the balls and strikes for Chatham. Left to right in the infield, Cam Pruitt, as the first pitch to Levi Clark misses outside. 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count's 1-0. Pruitt at third base. Playing shortstop is Jack Bell. Across the middle of the infield, Ty Peoples at second, and Tyler Howe, the newcomer, at first. The 1-0. Outside corner called a strike, 1-1. And in the outfield, it's 3 guys that have become mainstays. Bino Waters in left, Armani Guzman roams center, and Jamie Palmise rounds out the 9 in right. The 1-1 hit on the ground left side through the hole between third and short. A nice ground ball from Levi Clark, and he's got his first hit of the day, and Wareham has its first base runner of the evening. It's a 1-out single for Levi Clark.
That's what Levi Clark does. In the last game before that off day, 2 for 3, had a double. Just been putting bat to ball recently. Good things have been happening.
3 straight games with a hit for Levi Clark, and now Cohen Nicolai digs in. The catcher on his way to Oregon State. Just 1 hit in his last 5. Slotted in third today for Ryan Smythe. Left on right from Pudvar. Fastball outside at the belt. 91-mile-an-hour four-seamer, and the count's 1-0. Nicolai also recorded 2 at-bats against Pudvar back on the 15th. 2 ground outs, 1 back to the pitcher and 1 to short. The 1-0. Downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Top of the first, no score between Wareham and Chatham. Pudvar started his day with a strikeout on 3 pitches and then gave up a single to Levi Clark, who creeps off the bag at first, being held on by Howe. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Inside at the knees. Nicolai gets ahead, 3 balls and no strikes. 4-pitch mix for Pudvar. Fastball, cutter, slider, and a change. Pudvar sets. The 3-0. Down and in, 4-pitch walk, and Wareham has 2 aboard in the first. You talked about it earlier, Dan, in the first time that the Gatemen met Pudvar and the Anglers. It wasn't until the 4th inning, but here in this one, Wareham threatening early.
And it's what you like to see, especially after Hamilton went down on 3 pitches to start the game. It's been a perfect response from this offense, and now you're looking for a guy in Dylan Dubovic to spark something.
Left on right. On deck is Connor Cuff. It would be the first left-handed hitter in this lineup. Dubovic squares to bunt, pulls back, doesn't matter. Called strike on the inside corner. Our umpiring crew today, it's Kevin Saxton, the home plate umpire, calling the balls and strikes. Marvick Gomez at first, and on the left side, Mickey Garcia. That's our three-man umpiring crew as the 0-1 comes home. Swung on and fouled straight back. And it counts 0-2 on Dubovic. Really struggled with the swing and miss stuff a couple of days ago against Hyannis. A 1-for-5 day, but 3 strikeouts.
It's kind of been his story all season.
Bird flying across the infield from left to right, flies over the netting. 0-2. Pudvar steps off, pivots, turns to second, and throws. Peoples holding on Clark, but back safely. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runners on first and second. Dubovic, deep breath, digs back in. Taps played a couple of times. Pushes in front of his body. Pudvar sets and fires. Spikes in the dirt, ball 1. Dubovic holds a swing. Marshall calls for time and asks for a new ball from our home plate umpire, Kevin Saxton. And Dan, this bird very active right now here at Veterans Field.
Yeah, it's as if we are at the home of the Harbor Hawks with the way he's flying around.
Back behind home plate. I mean, you can't miss him. He has captivated everyone's attention here at this ballpark. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Pudvar. Golfed in the air behind home plate. Hooking foul. Long run for Marshall. And it falls fair, but falls playable rather, but couldn't haul it in.
It fell right in front of Carter Groen near the on-deck circle for Wareham on the first base side, up against the wall shore, but that was certainly a catchable ball. Second chance for Dubovic.
Tries to stay alive here in a 1-2 count. Dubovic struck out and doubled against Pudvar. 4 hitters in this Wareham lineup faced Pudvar back on June 15th. Kind of a rarity, honestly, in the Cape League, seeing guys not only stay for that long, but be slotted in the lineup both now and back then. That's how it's unfolded this year. 1-2, 1 away, the pitch. Called strike 3. Paints the inside corner and a couple of strikeouts for Pudvar in the first, both looking.
Yeah, that's the interesting part about it, is that they've both been backwards Ks. And sure, Dubovic is susceptible to the strikeout, but it usually comes when he's swinging. He rarely goes down looking. 2 uncharacteristic at-bats from both Dubovic and Hamilton in this inning.
First left on left of the day, it's Connor Cuff. Runners on first and second and 2 away. Top of the first, the pitch from Pudvar. Breaks outside, ball 1. No score between Anglers and Gatemen. Pudvar collects himself and the 1-0 home. Foul tipped into the mid of Marshall for strike 1. Clark singled, he's on second. Nikolai had the 4-pitch walk, he's off of first. Connor Cuff snapped a 7-game hit streak in his last time up. The 1-1. Line drive, left field, curling foul, and out of play. Bino Waters out there and left gave it a look, but quickly realized there was no chance, and now Cuff behind 1-2.
And this is the dangerous part here for Cuff. It's going really to be slider or changeup, and both work really well for Pudvar. Left on left. You'd expect him to go cross-body slider here.
2 away. Pudvar with runners on first and second. The 1-2 home. Just downstairs. Started walking off the third base side of the mound as if it were strike 3, but instead the count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cuff stays alive. Batting .309 this summer. Gateman leader in batting average. Left on left. Pudvar's 2-2. Spikes in the dirt, gets away from Marshall, rolls all the way to the netting, and Clark turns, takes a look at home, and Marshall finally finds it. Took him a second, but either way, both Wareham runners advanced 90 feet, and a full count on Cuff, but with the base hit, Gateman could score 2 early.
Well, and there was the slider, and he just completely bounced it right there. The backstop is huge here at Chatham as well, so anything that gets by Marshall now going forward in the second and third situation will be a run.
Runners on second and third now, 3-2 with 2 away. Pudvar's payoff. Line drive up the middle. Guzman sprints in, makes the catch on the run to his left. Wareham puts 2 into scoring position, but can't bring them home. 1 hit, no runs, no errors in the field, and 2 runners left on. Wareham nothing, Chatham to swing it for the first time today when we return here on Cape League TV.
Get your merch at the Wareham Gatemen website and click shop to view our latest merch drops. The 2026 Gatemen Kids Clinic registration is live and open. Starting next week, kids will have the chance to be taught by Gatemen coaches and players. For more information, visit the Wareham Gatemen website for dates, times, prices, and opportunities for your kids to have the most memorable week of their summer.
Bottom of the first at Veterans Field. Wareham couldn't strike in the top of the first. Chatham trying to open up the scoring. It's an Anglers offense that is top 3 in the league in runs per game. They played 5 per matchup. This is how Dennis Cook sends out his 9 in the batting order. It's Jamie Palmise, Bino Waters, and Armani Guzman, righty, lefty, lefty at the top of the lineup. Middle of the order, Jack Bell, Eddie Marshall, and Ty Peoples. Lefty, righty, lefty. Righty, lefty, lefty. To round out the 9, it's Cam Pruitt, the third baseman, on his way to Missouri. Cole Johnson, the designated hitter from Georgia, and Tyler Howe, the starting left fielder from UNC, who made it all the way to the College World Series final. That freshman plays first base today and bats ninth. But, Dan, it's an interesting story for Wareham. Brady Montrell, the 6'5 lefty out of UCF, gets his first start of the summer. It's been a minute.
Certainly has. The last start that he made was in summer ball with the Winter Garden Squeeze in the Florida Collegiate League this season. And down there, through 6 starts, a 2.7 ERA over 23 1/3. He has not made a start at the collegiate level just yet this season. This is his first here with Wareham as well. Has made 1 appearance so far. That was an inning of clean work against Brewster with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Certainly a lot of pressure on him in this game. Wareham looking for him to deliver.
Wareham trailing Catuit by 2 games. Kettleers currently trailing Harbor Hawks 5-2 in the top of the 9th. Gatemen trying to gain some ground in this West Division playoff push. Left on right, Montrell sets against Jamie Palmise, the right fielder, in his 13th game of the summer. Montrell's first pitch of the day is outside for ball 1. Palmise from East Tennessee State on his way to Kansas out of the transfer portal. 1 ball, no strike count. Left on right. Fouled straight back, out of play, and strike 1. It's kind of interesting with Jamie Palmise, a guy that's been around for a little bit with this Anglers team. When we talk about his college days, he was an All-SoCon first-teamer as a sophomore at ETSU. And despite his average jumping up from 292 to 335, this 1-1 is cut on and missed. Foul tipped into the mid of Nicolai for strike 2. The average went up 43 points, but the home run numbers dropped from 17 to 4. So he was an All-SoCon first-teamer as a sophomore, did not earn an all-conference team selection as a junior. 1-2, grounded to short. Henry DeGiorgio Fields throws on the run. It's in time. 6-3, and that's how Brady Montrell gets his first out of the day. It gives us a chance to set Wareham's defense. It's Cohen Nicolai, the catcher, who is 25 of 29, base runners rather, or 25 of 29 against him. He has just a 14% caught stealing rate. He catches the balls and strikes for Wareham today. Left to right in the infield, Connor Cuff at third. Henry DeGiorgio, who just made the play over there at shortstop, assists Cuff on the left side of the infield. R.J. Hamilton at second and Levi Clark at first. Out of the windup, Montreal's first pitch to Bino Waters, the lefty hitting left fielder on his way to LSU, is outside for ball one. The rest of Wareham's defense is Foster Apple in left, Dylan Dubovic in center, and Carter Groen plays right. The 1-0, Montreal comes home. Pitch inside nearly gets a piece of Waters, and the count's 2-0.
If you're going to look for one guy in this lineup that can terrorize you, it's Bino Waters, and he's been here the entire season and has been so consistent with Chatham.
31 games. So the 2-0 comes home. Called strike outside corner. Montreal starts to battle back, the count at 2-1. Waters has been very good for the Anglers this summer, batting .333 with 24 runs driven in. The pitch. Fly ball left side, twisting foul and out of play, and it's an even count at 2-2. Just played his freshman season at Notre Dame, transferring to LSU after batting .362 with the Fighting Irish. 2-2. Just outside, Waters works the count full. Waters, one of the most coveted names in the transfer portal. Came down to Texas or LSU. Announced his commitment to the Tigers. Payoff. Broken bat, hit on the ground to second. Hamilton evades the bat and will lob it over to first. Waters didn't worry about running over to first, and he's shaken up. Worried about that right shoulder. He's currently cycling it around, trying to shake it off, but 2 up, 2 down to start Brady Montreal's day.
It was kind of a defense mechanism right there as he swung. The bat just split. It was right in front of his face. He immediately went to the ground. You hope all's okay with Bino Waters on that, one of the most talented players in the entire country. Just was caught off balance there with that one.
Brings up Armani Guzman now with a 2-out situation and nobody on in the bottom of the first. Left on left again. Montreal's pitch. Outside corner, called a strike, 0-1. 6 left-handed hitters in this Chatham lineup going up against the southpaw and Brady Montreal. The 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kind of interesting. Chatham not afraid of going left on left, while Wareham sits A.J. Ashatino and Chase Crucian today, a couple of lefty bats, against the left-handed starter, Pudvar. 1-1. Misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Guzman, the center fielder from West Virginia, batting .318 this summer. Montreal readies. 2-1. Down and away, 3-1 the count.
Starting to be a lot of pitches here in this first from Montreal.
And that last one, his 21st. Trying to retire the side, 1-2-3. Currently behind Guzman, 3-1. The lefty sets and delivers. Fly ball left field. Foster Apple sprints into foul ground and it falls. Foul for strike 2. Like you said, Dan, a lot of pitches needed.
Guzman is such a tough out.
Three, 2. Hit on a rope right side and foul. And the count still 3 balls and 2 strikes. And we're in the bottom of the first at Chatham. No score between the Gatemen and Anglers. Montreal looks in. Shakes off 2 signs from Nikolai. Now comes set. just below the letters. And the second payoff pitch is fouled straight back into the screen. Guzman stays alive.
No, we don't like you.
Really nice day here at Veterans Field. 72 degrees, partly cloudy. Really, really nice crowd on hand. Bases clear, still a 3-2 count. And the third 3-2 from Montreal is on the way. Downstairs, ball 4. Guzman works a walk. His 14th of the summer. And Montreal allows his first base runner of the day.
And don't be surprised if Guzman is off of first base going to second in the first couple of pitches. If you want to pick out any guy on this entire Cape League that is going to steal, it is Armani Guzman.
Was top 5 in the country this past spring in stolen bases. Notched 42 in 64 games. He has swiped 9 on 11 attempts this summer. In steps Jack Bell, the cleanup shortstop, and before the first pitch to him, Montreal checks on first, and Guzman back standing. Bell, the shortstop, who played 29 games with YD last year, hit 159. Now an angler in his 8th game of the summer for Chatham. Left on right, Montreal comes home. First pitch to Bell, misses inside for ball 1. Bell started his collegiate career at Texas A&M, played his freshman season there, transferred to TCU for a couple of springs, and now he's back to Texas A&M out of the transfer portal. 1-0 for Montreal. Flied over our heads and out of play, strike 1. Guzman hasn't taken a very sizable lead off of first. And the pitch. Outside for ball 2.
That's now over 20 pitches for Montreal.
Pudvar needed 21 to retire the side. This next one will be Montreal's 22nd. Left on left, comes home. Line drive, left center field, down for a base hit. Guzman on his way to third. Dubovic throws, cuffs, throw offline, and it gets away from the Montreal. Guzman sprints in, Chatham on the board first. It's an RBI single, and Jack Bell makes it to third on a couple of throws, and that's an error on the Wareham defense. Anglers 1-0, bottom of the first.
And that's a bad throw there from Dubovic. Just launched it in to third base, went right over the head of Cuff. He couldn't get it, and it trickled back. Not really a great job either for Montreal of backing up Cuff over there at third base. That ball gets by him, goes all the way near the Chatham dugout on the third base side. That's Gatemen baseball this season. That epitomizes it for you there. It's just been self-inflicted mistakes. That one there puts them behind 1-0.
And another potential run for Chatham 90 feet away after Jack Bell comes in. So it does come in as a single throwing error from Dylan Dubovic, his second of the summer. Left on right to Eddie Marshall. First pitch up and away for ball 1. That's Bell's 4th RBI of the summer. Guzman scores all the way from first. And what a speed threat he is. 1-0. Down and in. Fastball misses at the feet, and the count's 2 balls and no strikes. Chatham strikes early. And Cohen Nicolai jogs out from behind home plate to talk things over with his pitcher.
Interesting as well because Montreal got up to such a good start. Back-to-back outs, both ground balls on the infield. You felt like you could work an easy 1-2-3. Guzman, a super tough at-bat. He walks. Thought you minimized the damage against Bell. No help from your defense. He has to do his best now to not allow a second run across.
It's really interesting when you get into Wareham's pitching strategy coming on to these next couple days. A potential rain out tomorrow and what is without a doubt the biggest game of the season for the Gatemen against Cotuit. 2 balls, no strikes here on Marshall. The left on right comes home, breaking ball inside at the bell. And the count's 3-0. But obviously Wareham hoping for a much deeper start from Brady Montrall than what they've gotten from some of their other starters recently. 3-0. Inside corner, called a strike. Marshall was about to flip the bat to his left. But instead, walks back. It'll be a 3-1 count. Wareham with a complete rotational turnover. When you talk about the 6 guys that were starting games, and all of them now gone. 3-1, cut on and missed. And a count 3-2. Jack Bell off of third, 2 away, a full count. Montrall was behind 3-0. Has already tossed 27 pitches this inning. The payoff. Inside, ball 4. Chatham with runners on the corners in the bottom of the first, leading 1-0. And Montrall will need more pitches to get out of this one. And now Wareham and all of its relievers out of the dugout and starts the walk down the right field line. And this is not what you want to see if you're a Gatemen fan.
Much earlier walk than expected, and really last game Wareham did a beautiful job of limiting base on balls. Issued just 1 walk, a few hit by pitches, but control wasn't a huge issue.
Left on left to Ty Peoples, who swings, puts it on the ground, past Hamilton, sliding at second, run comes in. An RBI single from Ty Peoples, his 7th of the summer. Chatham has a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first.
That was going to be a really tough play for Hamilton regardless. He was moving to the right side of his body, had to backhand it and go to first. That should be scored as an RBI single.
Anglers 2, Gatemen nothing, with a massive opportunity to gain ground on the Kettleers, who have fallen officially. 5-2, Hyannis takes down Cotuit. So the Gatemen trailing the Kettleers by 2 points. But right now, Chatham all over Wareham early. Cam Pruitt, right-handed hitter, swings at a first pitch fastball, drives it out into right field, and Carter Groen jogs into the alley and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. But not before Chatham plates 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error in the field, and 2 runners left on. Anglers lead it 2-0 through 1 here at Veterans Field.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A-Plus Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Top of the second at Veterans Field, and the visiting Gatemen trailing the home Anglers 2-0. It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Gatemen. Carter Groen, Foster Apple, and Cooper Tarantino, a trio of righties against the left-handed starter Oliver Pudvar, who gave up 1 hit and a walk in the first inning but worked around it and retired back-to-back Gatemen hitters. Carter Groen digs in from the right side, takes a deep breath as Pudvar Reddy's on the mound. First base side of the rubber. Takes a deep breath into the windup. First pitch slapped on the ground over to the right side of the infield. Ty Peoples fields at second. A quick throw over to first, and a 4-3 put out starts things in the second. One up, one down for Oliver Pudvar, and he needs just one pitch.
Groen was ready to go. Put nice contact on it, but just couldn't really pull it to a certain direction. Easy ground out for the first out.
A fastball, bottom third of the zone for Groen. Brings up Foster Apple, the left fielder on his way to USC Upstate out of the transfer portal from Stetson. Pudvar kicks and fires. First pitch fastball downstairs for ball one. Apple just 2 for his last 26. That dates back to July 16th, 12 days ago. 1-0. Hit up the middle and gloved at short. Bell throws on the run in time. Really nice play from the shortstop. Jack Bell throws across his body, and 6-3 gives Chatham its second out of the inning.
That was a really nice play right there. Like you mentioned, across the body, a lot harder than it looks. 2 good plays so far from this Chatham infield to start off the second.
Now Cooper Tarantino steps in from the right side. Gatemen trailing 2-0 in the top of the second. So far, 3 pitches, 2 outs. Left on right, first pitch, fastball outside. That four-seamer clocks in at 95 miles an hour.
The last thing you want is to basically give Brady Montreal no rest. It's been 2 outs on 3 pitches.
1-0, called a strike inside corner. So 1 pitch out to Groen, 2 pitches to Apple. But now Tarantino has seen a couple, and the count's 1-1. Pudvar ready quickly from the windup. 1-1 pitch. Fastball called a strike, inner third. Tarantino behind 1-2. The designated hitter from Northeastern playing in just his second game of the summer, a recent addition after a couple of departures. 1-2, called strike 3. Pudvar gets his 3rd strikeout of the day, and he retires the Wareham side in order. No hits, no runs, no errors in the field, nobody left on. Brady Montreal back to work for the bottom of the second when we come back here at Veterans Field.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Bottom of the second at Veterans Field. Chatham leading Wareham 2-0. With Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky. Anglers sent 7 to the plate in the bottom of the first, and now 8-9-1 due up here in the bottom of the second. Cole Johnson, Tyler Howe, and Jamie Palmise, lefty, righty, against the left-handed starter Brady Montreal, who allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. Didn't have help from his defense, 1 error in the field. Left on left, first pitch to Johnson. Called a strike downstairs. Slider at 74 miles an hour, and Montreal deals a first pitch strike to get ahead 0-1. Montreal deals. Back to the slider. This one up and in at the letters, and the count's 1-1. Johnson batted .310 as a freshman this past spring with Georgia. A rarity in today's college athletics. He will stay with the Bulldogs for his sophomore season. 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Out of the 9 hitters in this Chatham lineup, Dan, 5 in and out of the transfer portal. As Montreal's 2-1. Clips the outside corner, called a strike, 2-2.
That doesn't account for the 30 players that they have had come in and out of this organization. You want to talk transfer portal, that's the reason why Chatham has had so much just fluidity with this lineup.
Wareham's been hit with it, not nearly as bad as Chatham. 2-2, grounded foul off the leg of Johnson, who somersaults into the field of play, and he is hunched over, now rolls back over to his backside, and it looks like it's his right thigh that he's tending to as a Chatham athletic trainer sprints out from the third base dugout.
He immediately pulled there, and he is grimacing in pain.
It'll be a 2-2 count on Johnson.
That
if he stays in this game.
Yeah, it looks like it's the left knee area that's really causing him issues.
It's kind of hard to tell. He continues to squirm around. Currently laying along the first base line here at Veterans Field. 2-2 count on Johnson. As we talked about this roster turnover, Dan, Chatham had 17 pitchers leave and 13 position players leave. And the Anglers right now sit in a playoff spot as they lead Orleans for that 4th and final position by 9 points.
Pretty crazy. And Dennis Cook, the manager, has talked about it plenty for Chatham, about how upset he is about just where the really summer baseball has gone and players coming in and out, and how this never used to happen. This was never a problem for the Cape League. This is a new thing. So everyone's adapting to it. Chatham doing their best to try and keep as complete a roster continuity-wise as possible.
And the first base coach, Mikey Balamovich, is joined the 3. Now Mateo Martinez walks over, the third base coach. Dennis Cook is out. Jay Powell is out. The entire Chatham coaching staff standing over Cole Johnson, who continues to lay still on the first base line.
I don't think he's going to continue in this game. He hasn't been able to get up. This has been rough.
Chatham does have 3 players on the bench today. Harlan Hovatter, Rob Rispoli, as well as the first baseman Jacob Driver. Hovatter is a catcher, and Rispoli is an infielder. Cole Johnson, although I guess it doesn't matter, Cole Johnson is the designated hitter today.
Could be any of them, but obviously you don't want to use your catcher as your DH for the rest of the game if, of course, something happens to Marshall. And Rispoli is a great defensive replacement. That can certainly help them. I would have to guess Driver here, if anyone, but still TBD on Johnson's status. This has been a long delay.
And he's still lying there. Wareham continues to just stand in the field. All 3 outfielders have come together out in right center. Connor Cuff and Henry DeGiorgio talking at the shortstop position, and Levi Clark and RJ Hamilton have started to play catch between first and second base. Chatham with a 2-0 lead, bottom of the second at Veterans Field. Johnson, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second, was hit by a pitch. Well, was actually hit by his own foul ball. And is looking at the right leg.
What does this do to Brady Montrell? Just gets to stand out there for about 5 minutes now.
And 100% I agree with you. But we talked about how Oliver Pudvar, Dan, needed just 7 pitches to retire the side in the second inning, and Montreal got no breaks after having a 30-pitch first. Well, now he's got that rest. We'll see if it takes him in and out of momentum, but definitely kind of interesting. For the time being, Cole Johnson has sat up, but he's still sitting there. First base side. All 4 coaches plus the athletic training staff still there. Everyone bends over to help Cole Johnson to his feet. He's met with an applause at Veterans Field, and he hobbles towards the third base side. And by the looks of that, Dan, Cole Johnson will almost certainly not be returning to this game.
Not at all. He's going to be out. And Chatham's going to have to go to the bench here pretty early on. It seems like it is Driver getting ready in the on-deck circle.
So it's Jacob Driver, 6'4", 225-pound rising junior from Meridian Community College, who batted .409 with 48 runs driven in. If Meridian Community College rings a bell, it's because that's where Harlan Hovatter just completed a season. Another guy on this Chatham bench. But now Driver with a chance for the Anglers in a 2-2 count. This is how he'll make his Cape Cod debut. And Montreal now gets the chance to throw some warm-up pitches after the long break. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Cole Johnson's day is done after his first at-bat, and Jacob Driver off the bench makes his Chatham debut. At a .494 on-base percentage. Trying to show that he can play at a higher level. What better way to prove it than here on the Cape? 2-2, left on right. Montreal sets and delivers outside, and the count runs full.
And the last thing you want to happen now is for Brady Montreal to be out of sync after the long pause. Certainly at a little bit of a disadvantage here.
Payoff with the bases clear. Montreal, deep breath, comes home. Inside, so Jacob Driver off the bench, looks at 2 pitches and takes a free pass. He's on to first, and Chatham has a leadoff base runner.
Again, last thing you wanted to happen right there with Montreal. See how he responds, going against the 9-hole hitter, and then it's right back to the top of the order.
It's Tyler Howe, the first baseman from UNC. He'll be a sophomore in the fall, but was the starting left fielder for the Tar Heels in their run all the way to the College World Series final. Left on left, Montreal's first pitch. Dots the inside corner, called a strike, 0-1. Howe batted .233 with the Heels. Now here on the Cape, playing in his 11th game with Chatham. Montreal takes a look at first, comes home. Cut on and missed. Breaking ball in the dirt, Howe way out in front of it. And the count 0-2. That one a 58-footer off the left hand of Brady Montreal.
Yeah, he was just fooled right there. Howe was. Really good job for Montreal.
Montreal stares in, ahead 0-2. Trying to retire the 9th hitting Howe. Sets, comes home. Grounded foul, and the count remains 0-2. Driver off of first, who came in after Cole Johnson was hit by a pitch. Looked at 2 pitches and drew the walk. The 0-2. Montreal comes home. Slider tapped in the air, left side, curling foul as cuff over, and he can't make the play. Sails beyond the netting, and the count remains 0-2. A couple of nice swings from Tyler Howe to stay alive in the count.
He left that slider hanging. He's really lucky that one didn't get smashed because Howe was just a little bit off on it, but not the spot he was looking for at all.
Montreal trying to retire Howe. The 0-2. Called strike 3. Paints the outside corner. catches the zone, and the first strikeout of the day for Brady Montrell comes in the bottom of the second, and there's one away.
Really nice job, and you wonder how long the leash is on Montrell. Wareham has Jackson Hoyt warming up in the bullpen right now, early on. Montrell at 42 pitches. We'll see how far he can go.
Already starts his second trip through the order. It's Jamie Palmise from the right side. The lefty Montrell fires. First pitch splits between the legs of Nikolai, rolls off the backstop, and an easy 90 feet for Jacob Driver. He's into scoring position at second.
This is probably the largest backstop of any Cape League ballpark. It's going to be really hard, if anything gets by Nikolai, to catch any runner anywhere because it's just so huge.
1 ball and no strikes. Palmise grounded out to the shortstop, DeGiorgio, his first time up. The 1-0. Up and away for ball 2. Fastball at 88. Palmise steps to the plate for the second time in as many innings. Chatham leads it 2-0, bottom of the second. 1 away with a runner on second. Pitch for Montrell. Called a strike. Palmise loads up, holds a swing. It doesn't matter. And at the belt, called a strike, and the count's 2-1. Driver, small lead off of second. Pitch. Flared, right side, a diving effort from Clark and foul ground. He can't make the play. Sprawled across the line, couldn't haul it in, and it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Jamie Palmise.
Really nice job there from Clark. He was just inches away from grabbing that ball, which tailed foul, and that would have been a big out.
Montrell grips it behind his hip. Comes set. 2-2. Outside, and Nikolai reaches across his body to prevent that one from getting away, and the count runs full. Full count with a runner on second. 1 away during the bottom half of the second inning. Left on right, Montrell nods in agreement with Nikolai. Readies for the payoff, brings it home. Downstairs, ball 4, second walk of the inning for Brady Montrell, and his 4th of the day. You have to start thinking about a mound visit from Eric Luxus facing Bino Waters and Armani Guzman coming up.
Surprised that there hasn't been one yet. Maybe even in that first as well, when you ran into some 2-out trouble and allowed 4 straight hitters aboard. That was to the 3 through 6 hitters as well, which he's about to go against.
And right now he's at the second spot with Waters. Left on left, first pitch, lines left side, past the glove of third baseman Connor Cuff. Apple fumbles with it in left. Driver gets the wave around, throw comes into third. It's in time. Palmise tried to go first to third. Wareham gets the second out of the inning there, but not before Jacob Driver scores from second after the RBI single from Bino Waters, and Chatham leads at 3-0 in the bottom of the second.
And Palmise thought that he had third free because he assumed that there was going to be a throw from Apple all the way to home. Got cut off because he fumbled with it for a little bit out there in left field. He only had to play to third base. Bino Waters gets the RBI single. It's 3-0.
Now it's Armani Guzman, the center fielder from West Virginia, batting .318 this summer with a runner on first and 2 away. Anglers lead at 3-0. Left on left, first pitch sails beyond the glove of Nikolai. And the easy 90 feet for Bino Waters. And once again, Chatham into scoring position. So far, the Anglers 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Situational hitting for Chatham. It's a team that is 3rd in the league in runs per game and just 7th in batting average. Shows how good the Anglers are at situational hitting. And now Eric Luxus out of the first base dugout brings the entire infield in. And it could potentially mean the day is done for Brady Montrell. Jackson Hoyt starts to walk towards the field of play. He takes the ball from Montrell, and the left-hander's day is done. Wareham goes southpaw to southpaw, and Montrell in his first start of the summer gives the Gatemen just 1 2/3. Jackson Hoyt on for the G-Men, trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the second.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A-Plus Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
Bottom of the second, and it's the first Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change for Wareham. It comes with 2 away and a 1-0 count on Armani Guzman, but Ryan Smythe goes with another left-hander in Jackson Hoyt.
Hoyt has appeared 7 times so far this summer. Was last against Brewster, where he allowed the winning run to come home with the bases loaded. Walked it home. That was in 1 2/3, 3 innings. With the earned run, giving up 2 walks, 3 strikeouts on the season. He's been good, though, 11 2/3, and really has been pitching his best baseball lately, which is what Wareham needs.
He's tasked with the left-handed hitting Armani Guzman, who is third in the lineup for Chatham, and another lefty on deck in Jack Bell. Anglers lead at 3-0. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Brady Montrall's day is done, but his line not yet final, with the runner on second his responsibility. That's Bino Waters. But he departs, giving up 1 2/3 and 3 hits in those 1 2/3. The 2-0 outside, and a 3-ball no-strike count on Guzman, who walked and scored from first on the RBI single from Jack Bell. 3-0. Inside corner, called a strike. Wheat starts to battle back as the count moves to 3-1. Guzman left Chatham for a couple of days for the MLB draft, returned on July 20th, and he's been in the lineup pretty much every day. 3-1. Slider, outside corner, called a strike, and the count runs full. Guzman ahead 3-0, now at a 3-2. The runner on second and 2 away. Chatham trying to pad its 3-0 lead. Here's the payoff. Spikes in the dirt. Third walk of the inning for Wareham. And Jackson Hoyt, who had to start out with a 1-0 count, issues his first walk of the day on his first batter.
Yeah, walks really have been the problem overall today for the Gatemen. It's been 5, and we're only through an inning and 2/3.
Another left-handed hitter, and Jack Bell comes to the plate with runners on first and second and 2 away. Hoyt comes set. From the belt, he kicks and fires. Inside, and it hits Bell, first pitch. Self-inflicted mistakes for Wareham. It's the issues that have plagued the Gatemen all season long, and Dan, today they're rearing their ugly heads.
Yeah, this is getting ugly fast. Bases loaded. The right-handed Eddie Marshall coming to the plate. Base hit here would make this 5-0 already. This has really not been pretty today, that's for sure.
So Bino Waters had the RBI single. He's over on third. Armani Guzman moves over to second, and Jack Bell on to first. It's the first right-hander that Jackson Hoyt will face, Eddie Marshall, the catcher. On his way to Florida out of the transfer portal, Hoyt, a current Gator. A couple of future college teammates going head-to-head here with the bases loaded and 2 away. Left on right, Hoyt sets, deals. First pitch outside, ball 1. Slider at 82. Hoyt, one of the pitchers for the Gatemen that has been here all season long. 15 walks and 11 2/3. Trying to strand the bases loaded here. Chatham has already plated 1 in this inning. 1-0. Loads up. Takes high for ball 2. It was an appeal down to the first base umpire, Marvin Gomez, but pretty easy call at that. Marshall hardly broke his swing. 2-0. Hoyt looks in. Nods. Collects himself at the belt. And throws to first. Keeping Bell honest, and he dives back safely. Clark not even holding on Bell at first. Two-0 the count. Hoyt from the windup. Fastball, bottom third, called a strike. Four-seamer at 90 miles an hour. And the count 2-1. Marshall, in 11 games, has 4 runs batted in. Can add to that here. 2-1. Cut on and missed. Back-to-back fastballs at the bottom of the zone for Jackson Hoyt. Now level in the count, 2-2. Hoyt trying to win the matchup against the future Gator. Out of the transfer portal from Sanford. 2-2 with 2 outs. The pitch. Cut on and miss, strike 3. Jackson Hoyt walks a batter, hits a batter, and then works out of the jam with a strikeout and strands the bases loaded. Chatham scores 1 run on 1 hit. No errors in the field and 3 runners left on base. And it's time to bring in the third member of our crew. For the first time today, we say hello to Joe Henry.
Guys, Oliver Pudvar jogging out for his 3rd inning of work. The 5'11 lefty might not have the frame or firepower for pro ball, but he does have a chip on his shoulder. That's the slogan for his sunflower seed brand called Chips Seeds. And the startup's set to keep him in the baseball business for years to come. He co-founded the company in high school with his teammate Chase Whitman because they simply couldn't find a sunflower seed they liked. But through an entrepreneurship class and some experimenting, they found a solution. The Vermont native sourced maple syrup from local trees, and they serve as the base flavor for the company's seeds. They've got spicy maple madness, maple mania, coffee maple chaos, and if you look over into the Chatham dugout on the third base side, those are the seeds that they're eating right now. They've got a 3-game winning streak, Chatham overall having one of its better seasons in the past couple decades. Maybe that's just the impact of a good sunflower seed on a ball club. Well, Pudvar certainly helped. He's a Cape League All-Star this season, and with that chip on his shoulder, he's carried his business all the way through college, stops at Manhattan and UConn. He graduated a Husky this spring with a BA in Economics and Human Rights, and today's start very well could be the second to last of his competitive career, but thanks to those seeds, his baseball career's not going to stop when he takes off the cleats next week.
Thanks so much, Joe. Certainly an interesting story with Oliver Pudvar. Right now, Wareham worried about how they can solve the lefty starter. He has tossed 2 scoreless frames, and Dan now facing the 9-1-2 hitters for the Gatemen.
He's been really sharp, and he really has not. Ran into a lot of trouble after that first inning. He allowed Levi Clark and Cohen Nicolai aboard, the 2 and 3 hitters, and then from there on out, it's been 5 in a row retired. He has 3 strikeouts in this game as well. All have been backwards Ks. Although the one positive you have going for Wareham, he just sat for 40 minutes down there on the bench.
That was a very long bottom of the second. Cole Johnson was hit by a pitch. A stretcher came in and got him to an ambulance. And now Pudvar, who dealt a 1-2-3 second, back out onto the mound for Chatham, trying to protect this lead, facing lefty, righty, righty. Henry DeGiorgio, R.J. Hamilton, and Levi Clark due up for the Gatemen, who are currently chasing the Catuit Kettleers for the 4th and final playoff spot in the West Division. They trail Catuit by 2 points. They can tie that with a win tonight. First pitch to DeGiorgio. Up and in, called a strike, fastball at 88. DeGiorgio, the shortstop from Northeastern, slotted in back-to-back with his Husky teammate. The 0-1 slider bends into the inside corner, and it's called a strike, 0-2. Cooper Tarantino was the last out of the second. The DH from Northeastern, DeGiorgio leads off the third. He's behind 0-2. Left on left, Pudvar, deep breath from the windup. His pitch, called strike 3. His 4th strikeout of the day, and all 4 looking. It's the 4th backwards K. There's 1 gone in the 3rd.
It's been nasty stuff from him. It's just been straight dealing and has done a really nice job of controlling the strike zone. That's his 2nd backwards K as well on 3 pitches. The first came to R.J. Hamilton.
Nasty stuff. Hamilton back to the leadoff spot after taking a couple of games off. Left on right, first pitch, he swings, grounds it over to the third base side, and over the glove of Pruitt, trickles into left field, and R.J. Hamilton with a 1-out single, sharply hit off the bat, and Wareham has just its 2nd hit of the day on Oliver Pudvar.
That was a tough play for Pruitt. He did get his glove on it, but it fell in and out, deflected into left field. So Wareham with some speed on the bases. Clark and Nicolai were the 2 guys that saw Pudvar really well in the first.
It'll be left on right, and the official ruling does come in. It's actually an error on the third baseman, Cam Pruitt. First pitch to Levi Clark is a fastball up and away for ball one. It's Cam Pruitt's third error of the summer. So, to this point, Wareham still with just one hit on the lefty starter, Pudvar. Who grips the ball behind his back, comes set at the letters, takes a long look at first. Hamilton being held on by Howe. Now the pitch home is flown out to the right side and foul. 1-1. Clark the only one with a hit against Pudvar today. It was a single back in the first. Has recorded a hit in 3 straight games, trying to make it back-to-back games with multiple hits. And a throw over to first. Hamilton dives back safely. One the count on Clark. Pudvar readies, sends it home. Outside, fastball at the knees, and the count's 2-1. Hamilton certainly a base-stealing threat over on first. 12 stolen bases on 14 attempts. 2-1. Downstairs, and the count works to 3-1. Left on right with a runner on first. Clark with the advantage. Pudvar comes home. Down and in. Dots the corner for a called strike. Fastball at 88, and the count runs full to Clark. 1 walk today for Pudvar with 4 strikeouts. So far this summer, 7 walks, 26 strikeouts, and another toss over to first. Hamilton this time back standing. Top of the third, Chatham in front of Wareham 3-0. At Veterans Field, Gatemen chasing the Anglers and chasing the Kettleers in the standings. Payoff from Pudvar. Golfed high in the air right side, curling foul and into the lights, and it'll be another 3-2.
Good fight here from Clark. That one was tailing below the zone. He does a nice job of getting big and protecting the plate. Stays alive.
Lights are on here at Veterans Field. We're an hour and 6 minutes into this game, still in the top of the third. Left on right, Pudvar's pitch. Hamilton on the move. Swung on, high fly ball center field. Guzman, it's playable. Medium depth, makes the catch. Hamilton trots back to first. And the second out of the inning is recorded on a fly out to center.
That was deep. Nearly took Guzman all the way back to the tan track out there in center field. But just not enough, really, anywhere in the park. That one probably could have gone out 385 to dead center.
Now Nikolai steps in. Homered his last time here at Veterans Field. Had a double as well. Left on right with the runner on first. Quick snap throw to first, and Hamilton back standing. R.J. Hamilton reached on an error. Was on the move on that last pitch. First pitch to Nikolai. Outside at the belt. Fastball clocked at 89 miles an hour, and the count's 1-0. Wareham trying to get on the board for the first time today. Trailing Chatham 3-0, top of the third. Pudvar, deep breath, brings it home. Fly ball right side, and slicing foul. Anglers with 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second. One ball, 1 strike on Nikolai with just 1 hit in his last 5 games. The pitch home. Skied out into shallow right field. Tyler Howe back. Ty Peoples, the second baseman, falls to his backside and makes the catch in the process for the third out of the inning. Oliver Pudvar retires the side. No runs on no hits, 1 error in the field. 1 runner left on through 2.5 at Veterans Field. It's Chatham 3, Wareham 0.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen cleanup on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Now batting for the Anglers, the second baseman from Florida State, number 1.
Bottom of the third at Veterans Field. Chatham in front of Wareham, 3-0. First clean inning for Jackson Hoyt, who came in, had the bases loaded after walking a hitter and then hitting a batter, and then stranded the bases loaded with a strikeout. Now tasked with the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Ty Peoples, Cam Pruitt, and Jacob Driver. As the first pitch comes in to Peoples, fastball down and in for ball 1. Peoples with the RBI single back in the first inning. Left on left, Hoyt sets, deals. Cut on and missed. Back-to-back fastballs. Hoyt hunting downstairs. Come set. Deep breath. And the 1-1. Fly ball, left field. Apple on the run, drifting towards foul ground, and he makes the catch left of the line for the first out. First ball put in play against the left-handed reliever Jackson Hoyt. It's a fly out, 1 down in the third.
Nice job for Jackson Hoyt after he struggled with the control coming into the game with the walk and the hit by pitch. Doing a solid job of getting things started here in the bottom of the third.
Brings in the right-handed hitting Cam Pruitt, third baseman on his way to Missouri out of the transfer portal. The lefty Hoyt delivers. First pitch strike, fastball downstairs, clips the zone, 0-1. Pruitt set to head to his 4th school in 4 years. The 0-1. Flared foul, right side. Beyond the netting and sails over the trees. Hoyt gets ahead on Pruitt, 0-2. Started his collegiate career at 2 different junior colleges. Worked his way up to the Division I level with Lipscomb this past spring. And now continues to trend upwards. The 0-2. Up and away. Fastball at 90 miles an hour, and the count's 1-2. Pruitt certainly earning that promotion to the Power 5 level. Batted .357 with 48 runs driven in. Lefty Hoyt brings home the 1-2, and it's outside, and the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pruitt trying to prove here on the Cape that he can compete at this level. Going up against an SEC pitcher in Jackson Hoyt. The southpaw from Florida. Here's the 2-2. Slapped on the ground to left side. Gloved by a charging DeGiorgio at short. He rifles on, and it's in time. 6-3 the putout, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the third.
Really nice job from DeGiorgio. He's made a couple of nice plays in this game. Started off the ball game with one on defense and just doing what he does over there. There's a reason he's the everyday shortstop.
Brings in Jacob Driver. First full at-bat on the Cape for the right-handed designated hitter. who came in with a 2-2 count after Cole Johnson grounded one off of his leg. Left on right, the first pitch from Hoyt. Fastball inside, 4-1. So Johnson had worked the count to a couple of balls and strikes and had to be carried off and eventually stretchered out of the park here at Veterans Field. The 1-0. Fastball down at the knees, and the count's 2-0. The driver here in his first game with the Anglers, after a 400 batting average at Meridian Community College. The 2-0. Popped up right side and out of play. The count 2-1. Bases clear, bottom of the third. Chatham leading Wareham 3-0. Anglers plated 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Now trying to score in 3 consecutive frames. Hoyt hunched over, looks in, gets the sign from Nikolai, brings it all together at the waist. Here's the 2-1. Top of the zone, fastball called a strike. Count evens at 2-2. Driver worked a walk his first time up. Came around to score. Two-two with 2 away. The pitch. Foul tipped into the mid of Nikolai for strike 3. Jackson Hoyt with his first clean frame. And he works a squeaky clean 1-2-3 third. No hits, no runs, no errors in the field. Nobody left on. Wareham keeps the deficit at just 3 through 3 innings. And the Anglers send Oliver Pudvar back to the mound on the other side.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore Cranberry.
We've hit the top half of the fourth here at Veterans Field. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky. The 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for Wareham. Dylan Dubovic, Connor Cuff, and Carter Groen. Dubovic steps in from the right side. All still going against the starter in this game for Chatham, Oliver Pudvar, who has only allowed 1 hit across 3 innings. First pitch from him here in the top of the fourth is spiked in the dirt. 4-1. That's been all Chatham in this game. 2 runs in the bottom half of the first, 1 in the bottom half of the second. And for Pudvar, entering this inning at 42 pitches, that was 43, so he's been very efficient so far with 4 strikeouts. 1-0, clubbed into deep right field. Paul Meese going back. He's on the track, and he makes a running grab for the first out. Dubovic gave it a ride, but it comes up just short, 1 down.
Yeah, that was a good piece of contact from Dylan Dubovic. Just got under it a little bit. Right there, it's one of those where if you straighten it out, and if you get that barrel, and you want to send it more outwards instead of upwards, and 1 away, good start to the inning for Pudvar.
Now Connor Cuff had a hard liner into center field, which ended things off in the first inning when Wareham had runners at second and third base. First pitch from Pudvar, down in the dirt, 4-1. That was a missed opportunity for Wareham. They had the chance to strike first in this game, but stranded those 2 in scoring position. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball, left field. Moving over is Waters, and he can't make the play as it lands in front of him in foul ground. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cuff will get a second life. He has been one of Wareham's best hitters since joining the squad across 14 games, a .309 batting average. But he's trying to rebound after going 0 for 4 against Hyannis in Wareham's last game. That was on Sunday. Just the second time he's gone 0 for 4 this season. 1-1 pitch, tapped foul on the third base side. We will do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes with one already down after Dubovic's flyout. This game massive for Wareham. Katuitt losing today. The door is wide open to tie up the Kettleers at 24 points. Katuitt would still have the tiebreaker, but Wareham trying to inch closer. 1-2 pitch from Pudvar, cut on and missed for strike 3. 5th strikeout for Pudvar tonight. That, the first one swinging, and there's 2 down.
I guess if you're looking for a silver lining, at least that time, Wareham went down swinging, but Pudvar certainly starting to find a groove. And for Pudvar, the first time he faced Wareham, the adjustment second time through the order ended up forcing him out of the game. Wareham running out of time to do that.
He's kind of been getting stronger as he's been going along. Allowed a base runner last inning, but it was on an error. First pitch here to the right fielder, Carter Groen, misses down in the dirt. Groen batting from the right-handed side, but outside of that error over at third by Pruitt, it's been clean. 1-0 pitch, misses on the outside part of the plate, 4-2.
And for Groen, it was a little bit different, being retired on 1 pitch his first time up. Now this time around, seeing way more pitches from Pudvar.
He grounded out over to second. The 2-0 from Pudvar. Fastball, top of the zone for a strike. And Pudvar has retired 10 of the last 11. Wareham hitters really would be 10 of 10 if not for that E5. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Groen slaps it back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Chatham on a 3-game winning streak coming into this game. Wareham losers of 3 of their last 4 and can feel the playoffs slipping away from them, trying to cling on to it. The 2-2 pitch from Pudvar. Slider down in the dirt that bounces in front of Marshall. The count runs full. Three balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and the bases clear here in the top half of the 4th. The southpaw Pudvar sets and fires. Fastball that misses down in the dirt, and Groen works the walk. First base on balls issued from Oliver Pudvar since the first inning.
That's a nice job from Groen. Didn't have that chance his first time up after swinging at the first pitch. Liked what he got, and you understand why in the first time, but this time around, I like the approach from Groen. Waiting on your pitch, continuing to see more and more, and now Foster Apple with the chance to extend the inning with 2 outs.
So with a runner at first, it is the left fielder who grounded out over to short. But first, a check over on first base. And Groen skippers back to the bag. That's something that he needs to be cautious of. Was caught on a pickoff the last time he was on base in Hyannis. His second base running error of the season. First pitch from Pudvar to Apple. Misses outside, 4-1. It has been a dreadful stretch for Foster Apple, as the 1-0 is clubbed into deep center field. Chasing it is Guzman, and he makes a head-high grab in a full sprint. Denies Foster Apple of extra bases. A really nice play from the man from West Virginia. After 3.5 here at Veterans Field, it's still 3-0 Chatham here on the home of Gatemen baseball.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
We've hit the bottom half of the fourth. You're in Chatham. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky. The 9-1-2 hitters due up against Jackson Hoyt in what will be his second full inning of work. Tyler Howe, Jamie Palmise, and Bino Waters. Left, right, left. Going against the southpaw from Florida. Hoyt stares in. Gets what he likes. Here's the first pitch to Howe. Fastball runs inside for ball one. It's been good stuff as of late from Hoyt. Worked a 1-2-3 bottom half of the third. Kept Chatham off the board for the first time in this game. Scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, which gives us a 3-0 game. Hoyt's 1-0 finds the middle part of the zone for strike one. Comes set once again at the belt. Fires. Big cut and miss on the slider. Hoyt ahead 1-2. That slider has really been the thing that has helped him in this game. And he got Driver to strike out on it to end off the third. He comes set once again. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Goes to the slider, pulls it across the body of Howe, but he does not offer at it as it ends up in the dirt. 2-2. Howe is the everyday left fielder with UNC this past season, a team that went to the College World Series final. Fell to Oklahoma, batted .233 across 67 games. 2-2 pitch from Hoyt. Poked into left field. That ball is down. That's a leadoff single for Tyler Howe. Back-to-back games for him now where he's had a base hit, and Chatham has the leadoff hitter aboard.
And for Chatham, getting that production at the bottom of your lineup is big. Tyler Howe just serves it out the other way. Wareham not ready for it defensively, and it drops perfectly out there in shallow left. And a leadoff single for the Anglers.
Top of the order now, Jamie Palmise, the right fielder. 0 for 1 in this game, walked. Back in the second. First pitch to him. Slider catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. Palmise has turned into the everyday leadoff guy for Chatham. And in the Anglers' last game against Harwich, 2 for 3 for him with a walk. Here's the 0-1. He squares to bunt, pulls it back. It's a called strike, top of the zone. And he's quickly down. No balls, 2 strikes.
I don't really agree with it. Wareham already in its bullpen. I think you want to see as many pitches, try and work Hoyt as deep into this game as possible. Not only that, but you also have a right-handed hitter up.
Howe leads off first. Here's the 0-2. Sky-high pop on the first base side. Clark gives it a look. It tails out of the park, foul. Howe, not a huge stolen base threat over there at first. Only had 4 this past season with the Tar Heels and 1 so far this summer with the Anglers. Palmise steps back into the righty batter's box. Hoyt stares in. Trying to get his first out after allowing his first base hit. The 0-2. Ground ball back to Hoyt. He'll go over to second for 1. DeGiorgio steps on the bag. He throws to first, not in time. Wareham cuts down the lead runner in Howe on the fielder's choice. There's one down with Palmise standing on first.
Needed a better throw from Jackson Hoyt there. Got the comebacker, fielded it cleanly, turned cleanly, but his throw was kind of up and made DeGiorgio reach across his body and make sure he secured the catch, went to second. It wasn't all one fluid motion. Tried to go 1-6-3 and couldn't turn 2.
So now Bino Waters, who had the RBI single back in the second before a pitch is thrown, a pickoff attempt over on Palmese at first. He's back to the bag in plenty of time. Waters has just been a menace this season. That was RBI number 25 for him in his last at-bat. First pitch to him runs inside for ball one.
Dangerous part of the order right here for Chatham.
You've got Waters, then Guzman, who has reached twice in this game, as has Jack Bell, the man in the hole. Hoyt delivers the 1-0. Sky-high pop-up into center field. Dubovic gets under it. He makes the head-high catch for out number 2.
That's a big out. Getting it to Guzman with just 1 out and 2 on feels like a much different story than 1 on and 2 out.
Really nice job of just getting Waters to cut under that ball. Not allow him to get any power on it. And now you mentioned it, it is the center fielder, Armani Guzman, who's had 2 walks so far in this game, has been really disciplined at the plate. Still Palmese over there at first. Hoyt comes set. Here's the first pitch. Guzman slaps it foul on the third base side. Hoyt looking for 2 1/3 innings of clean work. Worked out of the bases loaded when he came into the game in the second. Allowed his first base hit here in this inning. We're looking to leave it at that. Takes a big deep breath. We'll throw over to first. Clark catches it, and Palmese back in plenty of time.
And Hoyt, his first batter faced was Guzman, and stepped in a 1-ball, no-strike count, lost it in a full count.
Looking to bounce back here against Guzman. Has him 0-1. Here's the pitch. A nice slider that breaks onto the outside part of the plate. He's up on Guzman, 0-2. Not a guy that is easy to strike out. 15 walks compared to 13 Ks so far this season. Really disciplined at the plate. Hoyt trying to use the left-on-left to his advantage. The 0-2 pitch with Palmese on the move is grounded over to first, and Clark snares it, steps on the bag for the third out. Nothing comes of the leadoff single from Tyler Howell here in the bottom half of the fourth. Jackson Hoyt is through 2 1/3 clean, but still, Chatham leads this game 3-0 here at Veterans Field, headed to the 5th.
Hey, Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen cleanup on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A-Plus Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
We've hit the 5th inning here at Veterans Field. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky in a 3-0 ball game. It's still the starter, Oliver Pudvar, on the mound going into his 5th inning of work, going against the bottom part of the order, 8-9-1. Cooper Tarantino, Henry DeGiorgio, and R.J. Hamilton. Tarantino into the box, ready for the first pitch. Cuts and misses. 4 strike 1. Went down looking. Back in that second. on what was strikeout number 3 for Pudvar. Enters this inning at 55 pitches. Dennis Cook looking for 5 innings clean from him. The 0-1 swung on and missed from Tarantino. He's quickly down 0-2. Had a base hit in his debut with the Gatemen, a 2 RBI double. That was in that 14-2 thrashing of Falmouth. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Non-competitive at-bat from Tarantino, down on 3 pitches. Second strikeout of the day for him. 6th overall for Pudvar.
Yeah, Pudvar has gotten better as this game's gone on. And for Tarantino, down on 3 pitches, that's the second time today that he has struck out on 3 offerings. So right now, Tarantino just not seeing Pudvar super well.
Now the lefty, Henry DeGiorgio. Pudvar ready. First pitch, slider that misses inside. DeGiorgio also struck out to Pudvar. That was last inning in his first trip to the plate. Pudvar stares in. 1-0. Broken bat, slow roller over to the first base side. DeGiorgio looking to beat it out. The flip to Pudvar, not in time. And DeGiorgio reaches on the infield single.
I think when the bat split, the ball started taking a little bit more spin than what it usually does. Peoples didn't get a great read on it at second, and nor did Tyler Howe at first. And then Pudvar late to cover the bag. It was a full-on sprint. DeGiorgio down the line, Pudvar off the mound, and Wareham wins the race. And just the second hit of the day for the Gatemen.
Now the top of the order with R.J. Hamilton at the plate. Reached on an E5 back in the third before a pitch is thrown to him. A pickoff attempt on DeGiorgio. He's not going anywhere. Right back to the bag. DeGiorgio 4 for 5 on stolen base attempts so far this season. Left on right. Pudvar readies and delivers. Hamilton fouls it into the mitt of Marshall for strike 1. It was a hard hit ball over to Pruitt back in the third, which arguably could have been scored as a hit. Went off his glove into left field. Wasn't an egregious error. As Pudvar delivers the 0-1. Called strike, middle of the zone.
And for how hitter-friendly the scoring has been in this league this summer, Dan, well, certainly thought it was a single. But instead, they gave it to Cam Pruitt.
Hamilton looking to battle here in a no-ball, 2-strike count. DeGiorgio on his way to second, and he's picked off. Throw was to first. Howe tosses it over to Bell, and that was easy for Chatham. And that, the 4th error on the base paths for Wareham over the last 2 games.
Yeah, right there, DeGiorgio just tried to get the jump, but you don't have that advantage with a lefty pitcher. Pudvar can see it. Waited before breaking towards home, and an easy pickoff. Nice job by Howe.
Bases clear, 0-2 pitch with 2 down. Misses upstairs for ball 1. It's kind of just been the entire game. Wareham just shooting themselves in the foot. They've issued 5 walks with a hit by pitch on defense, a caught stealing, and just 2 hits on offense. 1-2 from Pudvar, strike 3 swinging. It's gotten ugly. Here at Veterans Field, 7th strikeout for Oliver Pudvar, and he faces the minimum here in the 5th. After 4.5, it's still 3-0 Chatham.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing, We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
Bottom half of the fifth here at Veterans Field. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky in what is a 3-0 ball game in favor of the Anglers. Wareham has been lacking offensively. That is for sure. Just 2 hits in this ball game. The scoreless streak for the Gatemen up to 14 innings now without a run.
And it's been not super competitive either against Oliver Pudvar, who has been super good on the mound with a ton of swing and miss stuff, but Wareham struggling to find a rhythm at the plate. Too many scoreless droughts this summer that have been very costly.
4-5-6 for Chatham here in the bottom of the fifth. Still Jackson Hoyt, and what will be his 3rd inning of clean work. First pitch here to the lefty Jack Bell in there for strike 1. Hoyt's done a nice job of slowing down this game offensively for Chatham. As the 0-1 popped behind the plate, foul on the third base side. Has not allowed a run, just 1 base hit over 2 1/3. Looks to keep it going here in the fifth. Wareham desperately needs him to keep this a 3-0 game. Hoyt set at the belt, comes home. Check swing from Bell. Appeal down to the third base umpire, Mickey Garcia. He does not go around. It counts 1-2. Hoyt gets what he likes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slider misses on the outer half of the plate. 4-2. Hoyt getting lots of usage in this game. Ryan Smythe and company not afraid to use him. With a likely off day tomorrow, lots of rain coming. Do not expect to play to it. 2-2 pitch, high and away, and the count runs full.
And I think for Wareham right now, it's got to be all hands on deck for the bullpen. You probably want to save Jake Schweitzer, a guy that has thrown a lot. But other than that, I think anyone is on the table.
The payoff misses just below the bottom part of the zone for ball 4. So Hoyt issues the leadoff walk. It's his first base on balls given since he came into the game. That was against Armani Guzman in the second.
And for Jackson Hoyt, that was his 44th pitch of the day. His most thrown in a single outing this season was 45. That was back on July 16th against Cotuit. He threw 45 pitches. And this next one will be Hoyt's 45th. And Wareham doesn't have an arm throwing right now.
It's the righty catcher Eddie Marshall at the plate with Bell over at first. The first pitch to Marshall. Slider misses for ball 1. Marshall 0 for 1 in this ball game. Walked in the first, struck out to end off the second inning. Bell gets his lead off of first. 0 for 1 on stolen bags this year. 1-0 is flown foul on the first base side. There is an arm now starting to get going out in the Wareham pen. Looks to be a right-handed arm that is starting to stretch and toss.
Stretch is an understatement, Dan. That right arm was going every which way.
He's doing pretty fast windmills down there in the right field bullpen. 1-1 pitch, cut and a miss for strike 2 on Marshall. The rising sophomore headed to Florida, facing his future teammate in Jackson Hoyt. Spent this past year at Stanford, batted .252 over 43 games. The 1-2 pitch from Hoyt, swing and a miss for strike 3. Hoyt does a really nice job of getting the first out in this inning. His 3rd strikeout of the outing puts 1 down.
Good job from Hoyt. And right now, I think the microscope becomes a lot tighter on Jackson Hoyt. Approaching 50 pitches, keeping this game within striking distance. It doesn't matter if Wareham can't score runs, but Hoyt doing his job.
Ty Peoples, the lefty at the plate now with 1 down, and Bell over at first. Hoyt ready, delivers. The first pitch is a fly ball down the left field line. Chasing is Apple and Cuff. Nobody can grab it, and it falls foul for strike 1.
That was a long run for Apple. Good effort, Just didn't quite have the speed to make it there in time.
Peoples 1 for 2 in this game, had an RBI single back in the first inning, and that was RBI number 7 for him on the season. This game number 20 for the second baseman. Steps back into the box. Here's the 0-1 from Hoyt. Slider misses on the outer half. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hoyt really being stretched out in this game. Makes sense why an arm is starting to get going for the Gatemen, and you would expect it to be a higher leverage guy. Every game is a playoff game for Wareham, trailing by 2 games with 6 left to play, this being the first of those 6. 1-1. Slider, middle of the zone, called a strike. The 6'2", 188-pounder, rising sophomore, headed to FSU. Ready, and the 1-2 misses upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Hoyt on Ty Peoples. It's been a lot of pitches for him early on, just in this inning, trying to battle. Hoyt deals the 2-2. Peoples gets a piece, fouls it straight back to the screen. Peoples played in just 32 games at Georgia, but in that time made the most of it. Was a .294 hitter with the Bulldogs. That earned him the bump to FSU for next season. Hoyt set. 2-2 offering. Broken bat, weak grounder over to RJ Hamilton at second. The throw to first, not in time. It pulls Clark off the bag. It was a little bit deceptive from Jack Bell. He hopped over the ground ball, threw off Hamilton's timing by the time he regained and threw to first. Wasn't going to make it there. The umpire's conferencing on if that'll be runner's interference. Hamilton's certainly arguing for it, and he might have a case here.
Yeah, it looked like he did. I'm not sure who's winning this appeal.
Dennis Cook is out, and it seems as if Bell is coming off the base paths. Mickey Garcia, the third base umpire, was positioned at second. He had the best look of it and is now giving the explanation to Cook on the third base side. Certainly a heated argument. It was Bell hopping over the baseball, getting in Hamilton's way. And the call is going to stand. It is runner's interference on Bell. He's wiped off the base paths. And Chatham will have Ty Peoples at first with 2 down.
That was the right call from Mickey Garcia. RJ Hamilton did not have the opportunity to field it cleanly. So Wareham with just 1 runner on and 2 away.
Now brings in Cam Pruitt, the righty. Ty Peoples over at first. First pitch to him. Fly ball into right field. Groen moves over, gets under it, makes the head-high catch for out number 3. So nothing comes here from the leadoff walk issued by Jackson Hoyt. And after 5 innings of play at Veterans Field, it is still 3-0 Chatham here on the home of Wareham Gatemen Baseball.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kieran McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
We've hit the 6th inning here at Veterans Field, and finally, Oliver Pudvar is out of the game. First, Alyssa Watling intuitive call to the bullpen for Chatham. After 5 innings of 2 hit, no run ball with 2 walks and 7 strikeouts, Dennis Cook makes a move to a righty, the big 6'7", 205, Noah Allen.
Allen, a rising sophomore on his way to Alabama out of the transfer portal after a freshman season at Ole Miss, where he made 6 appearances and pitched to a 1.23 ERA across 7 1/3. Hasn't had that same type of success here on the Cape, Dan. Through his first 4 appearances in a Chatham uniform, he has tossed 7 innings to an 11.57 ERA and an opposing batting average of nearly 400. Right now, Dennis Cook, with the Chatham team not really playing for much, secure in the playoff race. You can go to one of your lower leverage arms against a Wareham offense that is all out of sync at the plate.
15 innings scoreless for the Gatemen. They look to change that against the new arm with the 2-3-4 hitters of Levi Clark, Cohen Nikolai, and Dylan Dubovic. Clark steps in from the right side here as we are ready to start the 6th inning. Allen set at the belt. Fires the first pitch of his outing, and it's a fastball that's in there. 4 strike 1. 3-pitch mix for him of fastball, cutter, and the curveball. Uses the cutter primarily at 70% usage to righties, 45 to lefties. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball over to the third base side. Pruitt gloves it, throws across the diamond, makes it there in time for the first out. Wasn't the easiest of plays for Cam Pruitt, but he does a nice job.
Yeah, it's an uptick in velocity compared to Pudvar, who was lights out against Wareham. Clark tried to handle it that time. Got a nice piece of it, but right over to the third baseman. And a good throw from Pruitt for the leadoff retire.
Now Cohen Nikolai, the catcher, at the plate. Another righty for Wareham. It's a slew of them here in this 6th. First pitch from Allen. Pulled outside for ball 1. That was the cutter that just missed across the plate. Allen, rising sophomore at Ole Miss, transferring to Alabama. 1-0. Misses outside for ball 2 with the Rebels this past season. 6 appearances. Did not make a start. A 1-0 record over 7 1/3 with an ERA of 1.23. So it was really sharp and looking to build on those limited innings here with Chatham. 2-0 pitch, finds the zone, 4 strike 1. Wareham with just 1 base hit since the first, and that came last inning. It's been a true struggle offensively today. The 2-1 offering, broken bat, fly ball into right field. That ball drops in front of Howe, the first baseman. He was tailing it on the right field line, but just couldn't make the basket catch, and the count goes to 2-2.
It was a long run from Howe and foul ground, broken bat. Nikolai couldn't tell whether it was fair or foul, started to run, but it just continued to tail right, and now the count 2-2 as Nikolai searches for a new bat in that first base dugout.
Picks one that he likes, puts some sticky stuff all over it, gets ready to step back into the box here in a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Wareham sent the minimum to the plate in the 5th after Henry DeGiorgio was caught in a pickle between 1st and 2nd. Pudvar with 2 strikeouts. He finishes with 7, was so dominant against these Wareham hitters. The first outing went 4 innings plus of 4-run ball, Now is in the third game of the season. Here tonight, flips the script. McCly back into the box. Allen fires the 2-2 pitch. McCly gets a piece. High foul ball on the first base side. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. McCly with a walk in this game popped out to second in the third. Allen winds and fires. And McCly's frozen. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Fooled him with the off-speed there. Just dropped in the curveball. There's 2 down.
And this is exactly what I was saying. A nice chance for Noah Allen for a Wareham offense sputtering at the plate. Now he has stepped in and retired 2 in a row. And not only that, but his day starts against the heart of this Gatemen order. And making quick work of them so far.
Faces Dylan Dubovic to round it out here with 2 down. In the top of the 6th, the first pitch is a curveball that runs near Dubovic's head. He falls to the seat of his pants for ball 1. Same curveball that Allen just froze McCly on. Here's the 1-0. Fastball grounded over to the third base side. Just gets past the outstretched glove of Pruitt, but it's called foul. Would have been extra bases for Dylan Dubovic. Instead, a 1-1 strike count.
And that one really close. Dubovic started to arch to the outside of first base as if he were going to take off for second, but just foul. Now it's to work in an even count.
Allen looking for a clean inning. Came into this game with a .394 batting average against with 13 hits allowed in his 7 innings of work. The 1-1 cut on a miss from Dubovic for strike 2. Nearing a 1-2-3. Came into this game as well with an 11.57 ERA. Toes the slab. The 1-2 pitch. Dubovic cracks it to third base, but Pruitt is right there. Smothers throws across the diamond. A really nice play for the third out. A 1-2-3 inning for Noah Allen here in the top half of the 6th. Has not had his best stuff this summer, but Wareham cannot get to him. After 5.5 here at Veterans Field, still 3-0 Anglers.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
We've hit the bottom half of the 6th here at Veterans Field. Dan Chatham with you alongside Adam Hipsky. Third, Alyssa Watling intuitive called to the bullpen as it's the third pitcher of the day for Wareham. Logan Shaw in for Jackson Hoyt.
Good job from Jackson Hoyt, keeping this game at just 3-0 Chatham. Shaw making his third appearance, the 6-foot righty out of Marist College. He has made 2 appearances, his last one back on the 24th against Catuit. 2 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. He looked very dominant against the Kettleers.
Goes against the 8-9-1 hitters for Chatham here in the bottom half of the 6th. We'll start off with Jacob Driver. Came into this game as a pinch hitter back in the 2nd inning. First pitch from Shaw. Fastball that's fouled out of play. Definitely a step up in velocity. That fastball came in at 93 miles per hour for Shaw. Driver-related addition, like I mentioned, it was Cole Johnson, the DH, in the 8th spot. He started the at-bat that Driver came into before he left with an injury. In a 2-ball, 2-strike count, Driver worked the walk, came around to score in that 2nd. 0-1 pitch to him. Off-speed in there, 4 strike 2. Ryan Smythe using his high-leverage guys. This very much still a close game. Wareham only down by 3 runs. Here in the bottom half of the 6th, Shaw tasked with holding it. He has not allowed a run so far over 3 innings of work. The 0-2. Fastball misses high and away, 4-1.
And that's what Eric Lux has said. He doesn't have the luxury of planning out pitchers 3-4 days in advance. Every game is a must-win game for Wareham as they continue this playoff chase.
1-2. Ground ball to the third base side. That goes foul. Cuff was ready. Gloved it, threw it across the diamond, but it doesn't matter. We'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Jackson Hoyt was a name that was floated around as a potential starter later in this week. Listen, we have to use the arms that we have to try and win now. Logan Shull, a higher leverage, but Wareham still has a chance to win this one. They feel like they need to win now, so they go from Hoyt to Shull.
They certainly need to. Depends on if the offense can get going. The 1-2 pitch from Shaw. Ground ball over to Hamilton at second. He backhands, throws to first. Tough play for Clark as he bounced it, and it gets by him. Going over to second is Driver. The throw down there is in time, and they got him. Nothing comes of the throwing error from R.J. Hamilton. Cohen to Clyde cleans up the mess behind Levi Clark. Gets some fist bumps from his first base dugout. That was a heck of a play from the catcher to keep the bases clean.
That's why you always got to back it up down the first base line. Hamilton just rushed the throw. 2 hops, had time, squared up through to first, and it was on a hop. Clark couldn't snag it, and then Nikolai on the back up there. An interesting maneuver from Driver, though, to try and take second as the leadoff guy. Aggressive tactic, doesn't pay off.
Now Tyler Howe batting from the left side. Scholl's first pitch. Fastball that dots the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Goes down as an error on R.J. Hamilton. That'll be his 3rd of the season. But DeCly does a nice job of cleaning up the mess. 0-1. Big cut and a miss from Howe. And Shaw quickly up 0-2. Shaw stares in. Winds. Fires. Swing and a miss. Really nice stuff from Logan Shaw. He gets the strikeout first of his outing, and there's 2 down.
Now on a fastball at 94, just blows it by the Chatham hitters. Right now the Anglers trying to get adjusted to that velocity increase, but Howe couldn't on his first time against Shaw, and now to the top of the order for Chatham.
Jamie Palmy steps in. 0 for 2 in this game. Walked in the 2nd. First pitch to him. Sharply hit up the middle. Line drive that Dubovic fields in center. And he makes the play for out number 3. Shaw does a really nice job. Faces the minimum here in this first inning of work. Keeps this a 3-0 ball game. Time to talk to the 3rd member of our crew, Joe Henry, for the 2nd time today. Joe, what do you have?
Guys, the Cape remains an embodiment of summer baseball and college baseball at large, and there's no denying, though, that the league's landscape has shifted in recent years, at least from a player personnel standpoint. I talked with Gatemen president Matt Merrick, GM Jay Spinelli, assistant GM Dan Roche, and they say the team has rostered 50 different players this season, and a lot of their issues have stemmed from the transfer portal, which doesn't close until a couple weeks into the season. So players join the Cape while in the portal, then they commit, and those new schools will then reach out to Cape teams to institute workload limits or just to pull the player from the league entirely. And I think because of all that and how normalized short Cape League stints have become, players who aren't having a lot of success or maybe even just aren't having a lot of fun feel like there's more of an avenue for them to leave the league. And it's certainly been a source of frustration for managers and GMs. Chatham skipper Dennis Cook said, I want our kids to stick it out and finish what they started, good, bad, or ugly, just finish it out. He said players will feel better about themselves just for doing that. Dan, Adam, you guys mentioned it. Chatham's had to replace 30 players already this year. Wareham has replaced 23. Now, it does lower the prestige of these rosters a little bit from a grand perspective, but it could also be argued that it gives some overlooked guys a chance to shine. Guys like Henry DeGiorgio, Sahil Patel fit that billing for the Gatemen, but the constant cycling of players also hampers teams and communities' abilities to foster deeper connections with each other. It makes life tougher on volunteer house parents, and pertinently, it makes the Cape League postseason as wide open as it's ever been. That's why it feels like this opportunity for Wareham to sneak into this postseason race feels so significant.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Joe, and thank you as we've hit the top of the 7th here at Veterans Field. And I think as we bring back Dan, the thing that I think interests me so much is the playoffs. And you look at the league leading YD Red Sox, who have lost some of this roster, and now try and figure out first team to 20 wins, but it's in a completely new ball club, and now Brewster hunting them down for that second spot.
Well, that team entering the postseason is not the YD team that got them to that incredible 15-1 start.
As Noah Allen deals a first pitch fastball, hit on the ground right side and foul. Connor Cuff leads things off in the top of the 7th. I think this whole conversation, Dan, kind of gives us a chance to take a trip around the Cape. Wareham and Chatham, the latest game to get going. Obviously here at Veterans Field, every game a 7 o'clock first pitch. One game has gone final tonight on Tuesday, July 28th. Hyannis taking down Katuitt 5-2, and that one extremely, extremely pertinent to the Wareham playoff push as the 0-1, after a long break from Allen, comes up. Cut on and missed, 0-2.
That one big, and we'll see if Wareham can capitalize with 9 outs to go on offense. Lots of high scoring tonight around the Cape, though.
Yeah, the other 3 games in action, Falmouth up on Bourne 13-9 with the bases loaded in the top of the 9th. Braves with the tying run to the plate. The 0-2 on Cuff is cut on and missed. Chases up and away, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Connor Cuff, 1 down in the 7th.
That game kind of fascinating, too. Falmouth led that 8-0. So Bourne has scored 9 runs. Obviously, Falmouth has added 5. That's a Falmouth team that's lacking pitching right now, and it's showing.
So the Commodores trying to hang on, 13-9 in the top of the 9th. Harwich with an 8-2 lead on YD, and we just talked about it. Right now, Brewster trailing Orleans 12-8. The Whitecaps could tie things up atop the East Division for the number 1 overall seed. As the first pitch to Carter Groen is belted high in the air, left side, and hooking foul, and it's strike 1.
How about that, though? 12-8 for Orleans, a game that Brewster desperately needs. The Firebirds basically dead right now in the water. Still surging offensively.
Yeah, trying to chase down Chatham. They started to gain a step on the Anglers, but since then Chatham has rattled off 3 straight wins in the driver's seat to make it 4 in a row. As the 0-1 comes home to Groen. Skips away off the leg of Marshall, ball 1, and the count even, a ball and a strike. Anglers in front of the Gatemen 3-0, top of the 7th in Chatham. After it scored 3 runs in the first 2 innings. Since then, 4 consecutive frames of scoreless baseball. The 1-1. Popped up right side and into the lights for strike 2. But certainly an interesting day on the Cape, with all 3 teams outside of ours all 3 games rather, that are currently in action. The team that has the better record is the 1-2 misses down and away. all three teams with the better record in those 3 games are losing.
Well, and here's an interesting thing, too. Now, Falmouth, that game going final 13-9. Hyannis gains a game. They're only a game and a half back now of Bourne for the top spot.
Could secure home field advantage as the 2-2 on the way, and it misses up and outside. Count runs full on Groen. So Hyannis trying to secure home field advantage throughout the entire West Division playoffs. Right now, it looks like it will be Bourne, Hyannis, Falmouth, and then that search for the 4th spot. Katuitt currently holding on by 2 points. Payoff to Groen with 1 away, and the base is clear. Is flown foul, and off the lights, comes down off the top of the snack shack right there on the first base side. And I am not just reinventing the wheel here, Dan. It's called the snack shack.
It is. There's a sign that says snack shack. So It's not like you're just being a basic person and calling it the snack shack.
I would think basic would be concession stand. 3-2. Up and in. Groen works the walk. We're talking snack shacks, and Wareham's trying to mount a comeback here. It's currently trailing 3-0 in the top of the 7th. There's 1 down, and Foster Apple set to step to the plate. It's Noah Allen, the first call out of the pen for Chatham.
Apple had a really hard-hit ball last inning, or last time he was at the plate, rather. And really, if there was any other center fielder out there that wasn't Armani Guzman, that one probably in for extra bases.
Absolutely. As we look at tomorrow's Cape League schedule, Wareham slated to play Katuitt at 6 o'clock. That one back home at Spillane Field, but rain all across the Cape in the forecast for tomorrow. Right on right to Foster Apple from the wind-up the pitch. Fastball down the middle, called strike.
And we'll see if that one gets played. Doesn't look like it as of right now. Rain starting at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Seems like it's going to be pretty consistent. That game would get booted to Monday. And Wareham and Katuitt, it could come down to that game. It could be a game 163 scenario.
Right now, Wareham chasing Katuitt down by 2 points. A win tonight would level things at 23 points apiece. However, Kettleers have already secured the season series in the head-to-head matchup, which means they have the tiebreaker. So Wareham needs to end the season with more points than Katuitt if they want that 4th spot in the West Division playoffs. 0-1. Inside corner catches the zone, and Apple behind 0-2. Chase Cruson is in the on-deck circle for Wareham. He would be a substitution in place of Cooper Tarantino. The designated hitter from Northeastern was 0-2 with 2 strikeouts. But right now the 0-2 on Apple with the runner on first is lined foul into the netting, and the count remains 0-2.
Our boy Jerome, the bat boy, just got beat out down there behind the plate for a foul ball. Not really a fair chance. The bat boy for Chatham looked like he was maybe 15. I think Jerome clocks in around 10 years old.
The 0-2. Called strike 3, back pick to first. Growing back safely, but Apple down on strikes for the first time today, and the second strikeout for Noah Allen. And it is Chase Cruson to step in. But just to put a bow on it, Dan, you were right. Jerome certainly fighting the uphill battle. Chatham sending out guys that are probably towards the end of their high school career.
Maybe he's just like, you know, those big 12-year-olds you see in the Little League World Series. You're like, how is he 6 foot, like 150 pounds, and he's 12? Now maybe it's that.
I have to admit something. I went to a hotel, and I was probably 12 or 13, and I entered the coloring contest and beat kids that were not even 8 years old.
That's just you being mean.
First pitch to Chase Cruson is grounded foul right side, 0-1. I've lived with it to this day. And
I'm glad you're finally confessing it.
Yeah, it has sat on my conscience. Tears were shed. Not for me, though.
Because you were the big winner. Emphasis on the big.
Anyways, that right there, that chase for the foul ball, that was shades of that. Counts 0-1 on Cruson. He swings and misses, and the count's 0-2. Groen, the only base runner off of first. Allen with 2 strikeouts in this inning. He was the first call out of the pen, relieving the starter Oliver Pudvar, who tossed 5 scoreless frames. Wareham had the day off yesterday, but was shut out 3-0 against Hyannis at the Harbor Hawks a couple of days ago. Allen steps off, steps back on. The 0-2 with 2 away. Right on left, the pitch home. Loads up, tails low of the zone for ball 1. Wareham with just 7 outs to play with here with 2 gone in the top of the 7th. Anglers haven't scored since the 2nd inning, but the Gatemen offense has been lifeless in this one. Cruson trying to provide a spark. 1-2. Down and in, count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Tarantino in his 2nd start of the summer. It's a short one, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Moves to 1 for 4 on the summer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball just outside. Settled in on the bottom 3rd, but out of the zone. And Cruson, in his first at-bat of the day, has worked the count full.
Good battle here. Way to stay alive, as really Allen's been trying to pitch around him over the last 3.
Groen, the only blemish on Noah Allen today. Worked a 1-out walk. 3-2, runner on the move. Cruson fouls it back into the netting. Groen stomps on first, stomps on second, and turns and heads back to first. Count still 3-2 on Chase Cruson. The pinch hitter on his way to pit. Trying to work his future college teammate Carter Groen around the bases. Payoff. Groen on the move again. Pitch low. Doesn't matter. Ball 4. 2 on, 2 out. But for the first time today, Noah Allen getting himself into some trouble.
And this inning's been very interesting. Strikeout, walk. And now, Henry DeGiorgio at the plate, who's known to be scrappy at the bottom of the order. But first, a mound visit coming.
Entire infield comes in. It's Jay Powell, the pitching coach. So you have to imagine that Noah Allen stays in this game. Chatham trying to protect this 3-0 lead. Tying run to the plate after the mound visit. It's Henry DeGiorgio, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Chatham in front, 3-0. Long mound visit from the Anglers infield. Powell has not taken the ball from Allen yet. Right shoulder pulled towards the third base dugout, suggesting that he will not take the ball from him. Kevin Saxon, the home plate umpire, out to break it up. Infield breaks the mound visit. Back to their spot. Powell strides back to the third base dugout. 2 away. It'll be right on left to Henry DeGiorgio. Trying to come through, give Wareham its first run of the game. The pitch. Grounded foul. The 0-1 with Groen off of second and Cruson on first. 2 transfer portal commits on their way to pit. 0-1. Allen set from the belt, takes a look back at second. Peeks a second time. Now comes home. Fastball breaks inside. And the count 1-1. Groen paces off the bag at second. Cruson not being held on at first. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, slow roller right side. Pruitt throws on the run, and it's not in time. DeGiorgio back-to-back infield singles. Pruitt charged it over at third, and that one just landed parallel to the pitcher's mound. And you can't ask for a much better spot for Henry DeGiorgio, and the bases are loaded for Wareham for the first time today.
Just kind of felt like the Chatham infield thought that was a foul ball, and they didn't react accordingly fast enough. Didn't crash hard. Prime opportunity here for R.J. Hamilton.
Last hitter that hasn't seen Noah Allen. It's R.J. Hamilton and another mound visit, and Dennis Cook is out of the dugout, which means a pitching change is coming. He points out to left field, where the Chatham bullpen resides, and a pitching change is coming for the Anglers. Noah Allen's day is done. He departs with the bases loaded. 2 walks and an infield single, and R.J. Hamilton coming to the plate on the other side of this short break. Wareham threatening at Veterans Field.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen cleanup on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Bases are loaded in the top of the 7th. Wareham, for the first time today, has all 3 base runners aboard, and it forces a pitching change. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Alyssa Watling Intuitive. Dennis Cook turns to the 6'3", rising sophomore from Auburn, Justice DeYoung.
DeYoung has made 8 appearances so far this season, all out of the bullpen for Dennis Cook and Company, a 3.38 ERA over 18 2/3. Wareham was legitimately in this exact same scenario last game against Hyannis. Down 3-0, bases loaded in the 8th with 2 outs. Nothing came of it. It was a strikeout from A.J. Ashatino. R.J. Hamilton looks to flip the script.
Leadoff hitter for the Gatemen. Right on right. After going to a lower leverage arm in Allen, they go to the high leverage in DeYoung. First pitch gets away from Marshall. Groen sprints in from third. Wareham on the board for the first time today. It's 3-1 Anglers, but now Wareham with the tying run in scoring position.
There you go. Huge backstop here. First pitch from DeYoung. Just bounces it. Really nice stuff there from Wareham. Everybody moves up. A base hit, scores 2 here.
DeGiorgio up to second. And Cruson, the pinch hitter, is off of third. 1 ball, no strikes. DeYoung's pitch. Foul tipped into the mid for strike 1. So Hamilton never got to face Noah Allen. Was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts against the starter Oliver Pudvar. But the lone Gateman hitter to not face Allen. 1-1. Ground ball, left side, just foul. 2 paces in front of the third base bag. Pruitt charged, but instead it's a 1-2 count on Hamilton. Chatham 3, Wareham 1. Top of the 7th. Gatemen finally got one back. Anglers haven't scored since the second inning. Runners on second and third. 1-2 with 2 away. DeYoung collects himself and the pitch home. Ground ball left side, high chopper, and another one foul. A nearly identical spot. That time the 89-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hamilton seeing it well. He's fouled off a couple. See if he can straighten one out here.
Coming off a 3-hit day against Hyannis a couple of days ago. The off day yesterday. Full-on sprint to the finish line for the Gatemen. The 1-2. Fly ball, left field, sinking fast, and it drops, base hit. 1 run is in. DeGiorgio around third. He's in to score, and we are tied at Veterans Field. An RBI single from R.J. Hamilton, his 7th and 8 RBIs of the season, and Wareham is tied 3-3.
You go to your best arm out of the pen right now, high leverage-wise, and Justice DeYoung. He needs 1 out, and Wareham scores 3, all in that at-bat. R.J. Hamilton with the double. He delivers, scores 2.
What a spot for R.J. Hamilton to the top of the order. Wareham 3 unanswered, all in the top of the 7th. Now Levi Clark strides into the right side. Right on right, first pitch. Swings and misses. Slider at 79, down and away. Clark asks for time. Another single here could give Wareham its first lead of the day. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded foul right side, and Clark through 2 pitches is behind 0-2. Clark singled in the first, flew out in the third, and grounded out to third his last time up. Behind 0-2. DeYoung. Set away from the chest. Hamilton off to third. Clark swings, lifts it high in the air, right side, curling foul, and it's into the stands. Hamilton tried the aggressive move over there, trying to swipe third. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 away. Clark also a multi-hit day against the Harbor Hawks. He was 2 for 3. DeYoung on the first base side of the rubber. It's the go-ahead from Kevin Saxton. He's ahead 0-2 with Hamilton off of second. He delivers home. Hamilton on the move again. Clark holds his swing and no throw to third. Marshall loaded up, holds the throw, and a 1-2 count with 2 away. I think it might have been a hit and run, but Clark saw that one tailing away and knew it was ball 1.
Regardless, now another ball gets by Marshall, and Wareham takes the lead.
Clark trying to battle back. 1-2. Takes downstairs, ball 2. A 2-2 count in the top of the 7th. Wareham's go-ahead run just 90 feet away. Two-two. DeYoung sets, fires. Grounded foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a 3-3 game in the top of the 7th. DeYoung out of the pen, trying to get out of the jam. 2-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. DeYoung pitches out of it, but not before Wareham plates 3 and ties this game at 3 apiece. It's time to stretch at Veterans Field after the Gatemen score 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors in the field, and 1 runner left on base. Chatham 3, Wareham 3.
Oh, no, no. Okay.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Brand new ball game in Chatham. It's the Gatemen and Anglers knotted up at 3 apiece. To the bottom of the 7th we go, and the heart of the Chatham order coming up. It's the 1, 2, 3 hitters. Jamie Palmise, Bino Waters, and Armani Guzman, the minimum. Here facing Logan Shaw, the right-handed reliever out of Marist, who came in, pitched a clean 6th, and now pitching in a tie game as opposed to a 3-0 game. Right on left, first pitch. Cut on and missed. Instead, it is Bino Waters after Palmise ended the 6th. Right on left to Waters. The 0-1 from the windup. Breaking ball, dots the outside corner, called a strike, 0-2. Waters a 1-for-3 day. Singled back in the 2nd. Outside of that, a ground out and a fly out. Shaw collects himself from the windup. 0-2 pitch. Cut on and missed. Strike 3 on Waters. Second punch out of the day for Shaw. And the Wareham relievers have been an absolute lifeline for Ryan Smythe and company. It'll be Armani Guzman, who's 0-for-1 with a couple of walks. Opened up this game scoring in the 1st inning. Right on left, out of the windup, Shaw delivers. Fly ball left side, out of play, strike 1. Chatham with 2 runs in the 1st, 1 run in the 2nd. Since then, 4 straight scoreless innings from Jackson Hoyt and Logan Shaw. 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. And right now, this Gateman bullpen single-handedly keeping the Gatemen in it. Gave their offense a chance, and they finally came through. 3 runs in the 7th. 1-1. Another fly ball deep to left field. That's out of play for strike 2. Guzman a bit late. He has punched 2 the opposite way foul. 1-2 with 1 away, and the base is clear. Shaw. Pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Guzman batting .318 this summer. Yet to record a hit today. 2-2. Shaw kicks and offers. Popped up left side, and another one fouled away.
Come on, let's play this tonight, guys.
It's just what Guzman does. Slaps it away every single time. Really giving Shaw a piece of work.
All other games across the Cape have gone final. Wareham and Chatham, the lone one still in play. 2-2 pitch. Tails away, called a ball. Count runs full on Guzman. So Hyannis with the 5-2 win over Cotuit. Falmouth takes down Bourne 13-9. Harwich over YD 8-3. As the payoff to Guzman is downstairs, ball 4. And the last game that just went final, Orleans over Brewster 15-8, the final out at Eldridge Park. Gatemen do have a matchup with the Firebirds scheduled for Thursday. But here in Chatham, Wareham trying to pull off this come-from-behind victory. Jack Bell, the lefty swinging shortstop, digs in. Shull sets. And runner on the move. Squares to bunt, call to strike, throw down, one hop, and Guzman steals a base. No surprise there, his 10th stolen one of the summer. And Chatham has the go-ahead run into scoring position.
He's just so speedy. There's no stopping him. I mean, he was top 5 for stolen bases in the country this past season. Moves himself into scoring position.
At 42 at West Virginia. 0-1 in the right on left to Jack Bell. Shull. Guzman on the move again. Pitch called a strike, throw down, offline, and Guzman on back-to-back pitches steals 2 consecutive bases. And now Chatham can play the sacrifice and retake the lead. It's an 0-2 count with 1 away. Infield comes in for Wareham. Shull and the 0-2. Readies. And the pitch outside. Had 1 to waste in an 0-2 count. Tried to get him to chase up and away. And Bell holds the swing. In his 8th game of the summer for Chatham. Had the RBI single that scored Guzman in the first. Trying to do it again, the 1-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. He waves through the pitch, stares up at the sky, dejection on his face, and Shull just 1 out away from pitching out of a jam.
It was really nice right there. Just dropped in the curveball, and Bell didn't have a chance.
It's Eddie Marshall trying to give Chatham the lead and extend the inning. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 3. Right on right, Shull comes home. High, swing and a miss. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Shull elevated him, and Marshall underneath it. Marshall 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First time facing the righty reliever in Shull, with Guzman still off of third. Walks down the line as the 0-1 on the way. Up and in. Fastball taken at the belt for ball 1. Marshall, 4 runs driven in 11 games with Chatham. Trying to make it 5 and give the Anglers the lead. Have not trailed today, the 1-1. Dots the inside corner. Fastball at the knees, strike 2. Shull works ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Marshall steps out of the right-handed batter's box, digs back in, pushes it out in front of the all-white jerseys for Chatham. 1-2. High fly ball, deep to center field. Dubovic on the run at the track. He leaps up on the fence, and that ball is gone. Chatham, after 4 straight scoreless innings, Wareham ties it right back up. And then in the ensuing half inning, the Anglers retake the lead off a 2-run blast from Eddie Marshall. His 2nd of the summer puts Chatham ahead 5-3.
Well, that was the same pitch that Shull got Bell to strike out on. Curveball that drops to the bottom of the zone, but that time Marshall let it get deep into his swing, then fired, timed it up perfectly, and just gave it a ride to the deepest part of the park. That's cruel right there because Shull was so close to getting out of that jam.
And now it's Ty Peoples, right on left, first pitch, breaking ball, call to strike, bottom 3rd.
I wonder, too, if this changes the strategy for Ryan Smythe and company. Jake Schweitzer was fully ready to go out there in the bullpen.
Yeah, he is no longer throwing. As the 0-1 fastball popped up to the left side and fouled, 0-2. Schweitzer no longer throwing. What a killer. with 2 strikes, 1 pitch away from stranding a runner at third and keeping this a tie game and heading to the 8th. 0-2, cut on and missed. Shaw collects 3 strikeouts in the 7th, but the highlight was a 2-run blast from Eddie Marshall that gives Chatham a 5-3 lead. Through 7 at Veterans Field, Wareham has work to do down to its final 6 outs.
Here we go.
Get your merch at the Wareham Gatemen website and click shop to view our latest merch drops. The 2026 Gatemen Kids Clinic registration is live and open. Starting next week, kids will have the chance to be taught by Gatemen coaches and players. For more information, visit the Wareham Gatemen website for dates, times, prices, and opportunities for your kids to have the most memorable week of their summer.
Back here at Veterans Field for the top of the 8th, Wareham and Chatham. It's the Anglers with a 5-3 edge. With Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky. Dan, a roller coaster 7th inning. Wareham claws back to tie it with 3 runs in the top of the 7th. Chatham answers right back with a 2-run blast from Eddie Marshall.
And you knew that you could only keep Chatham off the board for so long. 4 innings straight where he held him to zeros. Logan Shaw was just 1 pitch away from making that 5 innings in a row. Didn't even hang a curveball. It was good placement, but Marshall just beat him to the spot and drove it out.
On the bright side for the Gatemen, they have momentum offensively, and especially against the reliever Justice DeYoung, who's back out for his first clean inning of work. Came in relieving Noah Allen, whose line has now gone final. The right-hander on his way to Alabama pitches 1 2/3, allows 1 hit, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Right on right, first pitch of the inning to Cohen Nicolai is a slider on the inside corner, called a strike, 0-1. Allen had a really strong start, but the 7th, things really started to unravel. The 0-1. Similar spot, this one a bit inside. And the count 1-1. DeYoung with that fastball sinker combo. 1-1 pitch. Changeup, down and in. Clips the zone for a called strike. 1-2 with 1 away. 3-4-5 due up in this half inning for Wareham. Out of the windup, DeYoung comes home. Slider tails away, a nice take from Nicolai. Broke all the way into the left-handed batter's box, and the count levels at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul left side. DeYoung, the second arm out of the pen for Chatham. Some activity in the Wareham bullpen after Jake Schweitzer was up and warming. It's now Logan Baisley throwing for the Gatemen. 30 pitches for Logan Shaw. The 2-2 comes home to Nicolai. It's a fastball up and away at the letters, and the count runs full to the leadoff hitter in the top of the 8th. Wareham trying to score in back-to-back innings. The payoff. Inside hits Nicolai. So DeYoung loses the battle in a full count. And instead of just ball 4, Nicolai pieced with 1 right there on the left hip. He looks all right as he takes a jog down the first base line and is greeted by the first base coach, Curtis Byrne.
Well, and there you go. Brings the tying run to the plate now in the form of Dylan Dubovic. He'll take the free pass all day. Dubovic just saw a home run go over his head. He's got plenty of extra base power himself.
Yes, he does. He'll be right on right. Nicolai inches off of first, being held on by Howe. The first pitch. Down and away. Fastball taken at 87 miles an hour. Chatham in front, 5-3. Runner on first, nobody out. Anglers scored their first 3 runs in the first 2 innings. Since then, it was 4 straight scoreless innings, the 1-0. Breaking ball gets away from Marshall. Nikolai on the move to second, no throw down. It'll be a 2-ball, no strike count, and a runner into scoring position for the Gatemen.
Perfect response. If you're Wareham, taking advantage of these Chatham mistakes, the hit by pitch, the wild pitch, perfect RBI opportunity here for Dubovic, still with no one out.
And that one does go down as a wild pitch from DeYoung. As Marshall trots out to the mound, and now a mound visit, and Dennis Cook points to left field, and a pitching change for the Anglers, trying to protect this 5-3 lead. DeYoung not with his best stuff, a higher leverage guy for Chatham, and Dennis Cook takes the ball on the third base side of the mound. Here at Veterans Field, Chatham turns to its third arm out of the pen, 4th of the game. Anglers in front 5-3 with a runner on second and nobody out in the top of the 8th.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Back here at Veterans Field, Dennis Cook makes a move to the bullpen. It's an Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change. Justice DeYoung's day is done. His line not yet final. He departs with a runner on second and nobody out in a 2-ball, no strike count on Dylan Dubovic. And Dennis Cook makes way for Kyle England, the left-hander out of Lubbock Christian, who makes his Cape Cod debut.
England pitched 51 2/3 this past season with a 3-4 record over 16 appearances. 6 of those were starts. In that time, a 6.97 ERA. The thing that Dennis Cook and company really like about him, the walks to strikeout rate, 19 walks to 52 Ks. He's a high strikeout guy. He's the only lefty that was available in the bullpen today for Chatham. So he makes sense. Coming up with Pudvar, you saw how much he dominated. 5 innings of just 2-hit ball. Looks to get out of a little mini jam here in the 8th.
Top of the 8th, Chatham in front 5-3. Dubovic steps into the right-handed batter's box, taps the plate once, cycles in front of his body. Over the right shoulder, rocks it, 2-0. Fastball outside, the count 3 balls and no strikes. We saw it earlier for Jackson Hoyt, who had to step in a 1-ball, no strike count. This time, England has a 2-ball, no strike count. The 3-0. Inside, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Dylan Dubovic off the hands of 2 different pitchers. Nikolai still at second, Dubovic on to first, a handshake from Curtis Byrne, and Wareham has the go-ahead run at the plate in Connor Cuff.
And it's interesting, too, down the right field line right now, Jake Schweitzer standing out there, Logan Baisley standing out there. Both are ready. Each would be used in different scenarios, depending on what happens.
Cuff squares to bunt, lays it down left side. England fields, throws to first. Good throw in time. Both runners advance 90 feet. And now with one out, Wareham with a chance to tie this game right back up.
And that was really good stuff right there, too. Not overcomplicating it. You take advantage of the left on left. And just a base hit now ties up this game just like it would and did in the 7th.
Corners of the infield come in, middle infield back with one out and runners on second and third. England winds and fires. Cut on and missed. In and out of the glove of Marshall, and the count 0-1. Groen walked and scored in the 7th. It was the first run of the day for the Gatemen. Trying to score in back-to-back innings after not scoring in 15 straight. The 0-1. Up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Dubovic at second, Nikolai at third. Really nice job from Connor Cuff and a left on left, laying down the bunt. Staying in the lineup. One hitter on the bench for Wareham. The 1-1. Bottom of the zone, called a strike. Fastball at 93. Kevin Saxon gives him the call. Groen adjusts the batting gloves, steps out of the batter's box, digs back in. 1-2. Comes home. Fought off foul. Swings and lines it out of play to the right side. One ball, 2 strikes. Left on right, England in his Cape debut. Sets and deals. Flared, right side, right on the line, and just foul. Flirting with extra bases, it would have certainly tied the game. But Groen just a little behind, looks to straighten it out now in a 1-2 count.
So close. Went down to that bullpen where now both Schweitzer and Baisley are throwing.
Feels like it'll be Schweitzer if Wareham ties or takes the lead. Baisley if the Gatemen enter the bottom of the 8th down. Here's the 1-2 to Groen, and he swings and misses and loses the bat in the process. Flies into the netting behind home plate, and now Kyle England just 1 out away from pitching out of the jam.
Disappointing at bat right there from Carter Groen. At the very least there, you wanted him to put a ball into play. Fails to do so and puts a lot of pressure here on none other than Foster Apple.
The left fielder is 0 for 12 versus Chatham this summer. Left on right with 2 in scoring position. With 2 out in the top of the 8th. England collects himself at the belt. From the windup comes home. First pitch down and in. 1 ball and no strikes on Apple. Nikolai at third, he was hit by a pitch. Dubovic walks off of second. He worked a walk. England steps off. Started to come set. And now, after he stepped off, Apple asks for time, and it's granted. Chatham with a 5-3 lead. Top of the 8th, 2 away. The 1-0 pitch. Downstairs, ball 2. Back-to-back pitches where England was flirting with the bottom of the zone. Doesn't get the call on either of his first 2 pitches. 70% fastball for the lefty out of Lubbock Christian. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fouled straight back. Apple gets a piece of it, and the count moves to 2-1. Apple 2 for his last 29. Trying to deliver in the clutch for the Gatemen today. Base hit could tie this game up. Here's the 2-1. Checks his swing, pitch downstairs. The appeal down, he did not. Apple ahead in the count, 3-1. With Chase Cruson on deck. Wareham hoping to extend the inning and turn it to the left-handed Chase Cruson. Came into the game to face the righty reliever in Noah Allen. It's been 2 lefties and 2 righties today for Dennis Cook's Chatham Anglers. 3-1. The lefty sets and deals. Inside, ball 4, 5-pitch walk. The bases are loaded for the second straight inning.
Really nice job, Foster Apple, of not chasing down low because he was worked at the bottom of the zone for the entire count right there. Wasn't really given anything to hit. It's difficult here for Chase Cruson left on left, but great job, Foster Apple.
And for Chatham, despite the bases loaded, if you're looking for the silver lining, back-to-back lefty hitters in the lineup. First pitch to Cruson. Clips the outside corner. Called a strike. Fastball clocked in at 94. Chatham leads at 5-3. Top of the 8th, 2 outs with the bases loaded. England brings it together at the belt. Lifts the leg, comes home. Cut on and miss. Change up downstairs. Gets Cruson to wave and miss. And now England just a pitch away from getting out of the jam. Cruson worked a walk his last time up. Bases loaded, the 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Fastball at the knees, Cruson holds. Similar spot to Eddie Marshall in the bottom of the 7th. Was behind 1-2 before launching a 2-run home run to give Chatham a 5-3 lead. Wareham trying to get them right back. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Flared left side and foul. Cruson takes a long walk towards the first base dugout. Fouled off 1-2 strike pitch, now digs in, set to face another. In the 1-2, deep breath from England. He comes home, down and away, ball 2. England staying down and away on Chase Cruson. Another fastball at 94. Apple off of first, Dubovic at second, Nikolai at third. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Freezes Cruson on the outside edge. And for the first time today, Wareham leaves the bases loaded. Gatemen can't scratch across 1. No runs on no hits. No errors in the field. 3 runners left on. Chatham, last chance to add to its lead. To the bottom of the 8th we go with the 8-9-1 hitters due up.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
Bottom of the 8th in Chatham, and it's the Anglers with a 5-3 lead. Ryan Smythe does make a move to the bullpen. It's an Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change. In a 5-3 game where the Gatemen are trailing, he turns to Logan Baisley, the righty out of Florida Gulf Coast.
Baisley looking to hold this at a 2-run game after the huge missed opportunity for Wareham in that 8th. It'll be Baisley, though. So 2 appearances for him. 6 ERA on the season, over 3 innings pitched. He's been a guy that has come in only against Cotuit so far this season. Gave up 3 hits to the Cavaliers in the first appearance and the most recent one at Lowell Park. 2 base knocks. Simple job here. Just get 3 outs and roll this one over to the 9th.
Baisley set to face the bottom of the Chatham lineup. Cam Pruitt, Cole Johnson, and Tyler Howe. 7-8-9, righty, lefty. As Baisley looks in, dealing his final warm-up pitches. Logan Shaw's day and line is complete. Out of the bullpen, he gives Wareham 2 innings, allows 1 hit, and it was the home run to Eddie Marshall. 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Entered, having not allowed a run in his 2 appearances, he departs with a 3.6 ERA. It'll be right on right to Cam Pruitt, who is 0 for 3 today. Did not face Logan Shaw. Last at-bat came against Jackson Hoyt. Baisley comes set at the belt, his first pitch of the day. Fastball, driven out towards shallow right field. Hamilton back at second, and it drops in between Hamilton and a charging Groen in right. Leadoff single, 1 pitch for Cam Pruitt, and the third baseman's first hit of the day is a first pitch single.
That was just a little bloop shot right there, and all 3 of them kind of converged out in right field. Nobody could make the play, so it drops in there. Leadoff base hit, and you got to do everything in your power to not let anything across. Immediately, though, a mound visit here between Nicolai and Baisley.
This one's still within reach for Wareham, trailing 5-3, bottom of the 8th. The two just trying to make sure they're on the same page. You see Mickey Garcia, our left side umpire, comes in and signals to the official score that does not count as a mound visit. And a potential move to the bench for the Anglers.
Still Driver, just Driver and Howe talking strategy with manager Dennis Cook, deciding what to do here with the leadoff runner on. Maybe this could be a bunt scenario coming. Have Driver lay one down and try and get Pruitt into scoring position.
And Driver, the replacement for Cole Johnson after being hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Walked and came around to score in the second. Since then, he struck out and reached on an error. Here in his Cape debut, right on right with a runner on first. He squares to bunt. First pitch from Baisley is fouled out of play. Lifted it into the netting right side, and the count 0-1. Gatemen and the Anglers for the final time this summer. Chatham chasing Harwich with a win would be down by 5 points heading into the final 5 games of the season as the 0-1 sails high, ball 1. Anglers trying to move into the 3rd spot, although every spot in the East playoffs up for grabs right now. Whitey and Brewster both losing today. Just 2 points separate those 2 teams. The 1-1 runner on the move. Pitch swung on and missed. Nicolai's throw is high in the air to center field. And Nicolai shaking off his right hand. And instead, batter's interference from the home plate umpire, Kevin Saxton.
Dennis Cook fired up.
Yeah, he comes instantly out of the third base dugout. Nicolai's throw, and it did look like a batter might have gotten in the way, and Driver is back to the dugout. So Pruitt back to first. Driver down on the batter's interference after strike 2 called. And so Baisley with a little bit of help from Jacob Driver.
I was going to say, that is Cohen Nicolai is not doing that really ever, launching a ball into the stratosphere like that. That was clearly batter's interference that got in his way.
So 1 out, runner on first, and now the 9th inning, Tyler Howe digs into the left side. The righty Baisley comes set, takes a look over his left shoulder. Reddy's at the belt, sends it home out of the stretch, hit on the ground, left side, a chance for 2. DeGiorgio gloves it short. The relay from Hamilton, on line in time. Wareham spins a double play, and with a batter's interference and a double play, Baisley faces the minimum, a roller coaster 8th. Wareham tries to bottle that momentum into the 9th. Down to its final 3 outs. It's 9-1-2 due up. Gatemen, last gasp here at Veterans Field on the other side.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Last chance for Wareham in the top of the ninth at Veterans Field. The Anglers have a 5-3 lead. It's another pitching change for Dennis Cook.
This time it'll be Collins Black coming in to try and get the save here. 3 outs to do it, and he did it last time against Wareham when the Gatemen were here at Veterans Field. So far this season, 10 appearances, all out of the bullpen. 2 for 1, has 1 save on the year, a 3.38 ERA over 8 innings pitched. This is a guy that Dennis Cook trusts. The last few relievers have been shaky, have gotten the job done, but it's been iffy. Collins Black has been a surefire arm for them.
This pitching change brought to you by Alyssa Watling Intuitive. It's 9-1-2 due up for Wareham. Lefty, righty, righty. Henry DeGiorgio, R.J. Hamilton, and Levi Clark. In that last appearance that Black was faced to get that 1 out, DeGiorgio did single against him. Right on left, Black, the righty of North Carolina State. Made 12 appearances this past spring with the Wolfpack. The righty sets and delivers. First pitch up and in. Fastball at the letters for ball 1. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. DeGiorgio, back-to-back singles, both on the infield grass. His 4th multi-hit game of the summer. 1-0. Foul tipped into the mitt of Marshall for strike 1. DeGiorgio, the shortstop from Northeastern. Steps out of the batter's box, takes a deep breath, digs back in. Black trying to collect his 2nd save of the summer. 1-1 pitch, cut on and missed. Fastball, bottom 3rd. DeGiorgio over the top of it. Wareham with all 3 of its runs in the top of the 7th. Had the bases loaded in the 8th before Chase Cruson went down looking. Deep breath, 1-2. DeGiorgio lifts it high in the air out to center field. Guzman into the gap in left center, and he makes a head-high catch for the first out of the inning.
Good fight there from DeGiorgio, just got under it, lifted it into center field. Obviously, you would have loved for him to get aboard, but another guy who gets on just as well here in R.J. Hamilton.
Back to the top of the order. So Kyle England in his Cape Cod Baseball League debut gives Dennis Cook and the Anglers 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Pitched out of a bases-loaded jam. Right on right, though, here for Collins Black against R.J. Hamilton. He kicks and deals. First pitch fastball outside at the knees for ball 1. Hamilton had the 2 RBI double in the 7th. Tied this game at 3 before the 2-run home run from Eddie Marshall in the bottom half of the 7th. Here's the 1-0 to Hamilton. Outside, called a strike. Fastball at 92. Hamilton trying to give Wareham some life. Gatemen were shut out for the first 6 innings of this game. The 1-1. Lined foul, right side into the trees for strike 2. Hamilton 2 strikeouts today. Reached on an error back in the 3rd, and then the extra base hit that brought in a pair of runs in the 7th. Hamilton asks for time. It's granted by Kevin Saxton. Black walks around the mound, picks up the rosin bag on the third base side behind the hill. Hamilton taking a couple of practice swings towards the third base dugout. Puts his right foot in, takes a deep breath. Now readies himself in the batter's box. Saxton gives the go-ahead to Black. And the 1-2 count out of the windup. Cut on and miss, strike 3. 91-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Blows it past R.J. Hamilton and Wareham down to its final out.
Just couldn't keep up with the gas. Went straight to him. Hamilton just couldn't get there in time. Levi Clark, the last hope to keep this one rolling.
The Gatemen will need a 2-out rally to get out of Chatham with a win and tie things up with Cotuit ahead of a big West Division playoff race matchup tomorrow. Right on right, the first pitch to Clark is swung on, skied foul, right side. The count 0-1. Black just 1 out away from getting his second save of the summer. Black set at the belt from the windup, the 0-1. Dots the outside corner. Fastball comes in at 91 miles an hour. Bases clear, 2 away. Top of the 9th. Wareham needs a 2-out rally to stay alive. Black's pitch. Hit on the ground to left side. Snared on the backhand by Bell. Strong throw to first in time. Ball game over. 6-3. Chatham wins it. Holds off a late effort from Wareham, and the Anglers take it by a final score of 5-3.
Wareham had its chance in the 8th with the bases loaded. Couldn't convert, get those 3 runs in the 7th, but once again, a matter of just too little and too late. Same type of story you had against Hyannis as well. Wasn't great pitching, and the door was once again open to tie it up. Wareham's running out of chances.
Now just 5 games to go for the Gatemen. Looking to play Cotuit tomorrow. We're not sure if we'll get the game in. Forecast doesn't look great. And Wareham and Cotuit fighting for that final spot. And right now the Gatemen still trailing the Kettleers by 2 points. That does it for our coverage out in Chatham at Veterans Field. The Anglers take it 5-3. Chatham with 5 runs on 6 hits, 1 error in the field. Wareham falls 5-3, plates 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors in the field. I'm Adam Hipsky alongside Dan Shalam. We thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday night out in Chatham, and we will talk to you tomorrow at Spillane Field, Wareham and Cotuit, with playoffs on the line.